So this will be a short video in which I will simply show you a proof of my income. I'm not just saying that I made over $10,000. I will prove to you that I really did. And as you can see here, this is my income. This is my income for the last year, a little bit more than a year, from December 2014 until the end of February this year, 2016. So, as you can see, in the beginning, I started with just a few euro per month. My currency is in euros, so 10,400 euros is almost $12,000. So, as you can see, in the beginning, I had very little earnings, and it started growing really slow, but it did grow a bit until in December 2015 I made 1,150 euros, which is probably about $1,300. As you can see from the nice curves here on this graph, everything was strictly organic. There are no unusual spikes, and if I break it down by days, from this option here, you can see nice curves. Everything is smooth as much as it can be, and I'm simply saying this because I want to make you believe that there is no shady stuff here. There is no so-called black hat SEO. Everything is strictly organic. I didn't use any shady techniques in order to achieve all this, and I will teach you exactly what you have to do to do the same. As you can see down here, most of my websites aren't generating that much income, but the truth here is in their number. Now, I do have two websites here that generated most of my income, and these two sites are the first two websites that I created using this method. So I will just show you one example of these small websites. So for example, this one, I published this website in the beginning of June. As you can see here, I had just a few visits, and just a few visits discontinued for about 6 months. 6 months I had nothing on this website, and then the past 2-3 months it started growing, and as you can see it keeps growing and growing. And if I even extend the calendar here up to the today's date, you will see that it's still growing. There, it's still growing. It started to make some stable income, even if it's just 1, 2 or 3 euro per day. It's important that it's making it. And just imagine that you have 10 websites like this. You have 10 websites, each of them makes 1, 2, 3, 4 euro per day. That's 10 to 20, 30, 40 euro per day. Imagine that you have 20 websites like this. The important thing here is that you shouldn't rely on one simple website. You should make several different websites with all the keywords that you can find. There is a famous quote that says, "Don't keep all your eggs in one basket." And this is the same here, because as your website keeps growing and gets a lot of traffic and so on, one day it may stop getting traffic, and I will show you an example of this as well. Let me go back here. Alright, my second website that made a lot of income, it, as you can see, lost a lot of its traffic, and if I was relying only on this website, I would have nothing now. It was making a nice income during the whole year, but then something just happened, and these things simply happen sometimes. So this is the point here: don't keep all your eggs in one basket. As you can see, I have about 10 websites that are making nice income, and most of these websites, at least 6 of them, I published them 6 months ago, and they're just started making some income. Like this one, for example, this is another similar website. As you can see, again, I released it in June, in the early June, and it started making some worthy income by the end of the year. Now, it doesn't always take this much time for a website to start making something, and you can see that from my first website here. I released it somewhere around here in January, and 1 month later it started making money. So sometimes it takes a lot of time, sometimes it doesn't, but the important thing here is that eventually you start making money, and even if you don't make a big profit, you at least earn back the money that you gave in order to start doing this. That is the costs for your web hosting, the costs for your domain, and the cost of the few hours you spent setting your website. So even if you don't make some money out of this, you will break even, at least. I promise you, every single website that I created so far did at least that. Another example here with this website, for example, I released it with all the other websites in the early June, and as you can see, it didn't really have anything 2 months later, and then it started growing slowly, very slowly, very slowly. As you can see, it's very slowly raising, and it's still growing. All of these websites, all of them that are in my top 15, all of them are ranking in the top 5 for their respective keywords, and I will show you exactly the method I'm using in order to achieve this. As you can see, I will repeat this again, sometimes it may take a lot of time, sometimes it doesn't, but the key point here is that all you have to do is find keywords, make websites, move on to the next website, create backlinks, and sooner or later they will start making money. This is passive income. For all this income, I spent no more than 50 hours of work total throughout the whole year. 50 hours of work, and I made $12,000. Now, if you divide $12,000 to 50 hours, that's $240 per hour. Imagine that. I got paid $240 per hour for 50 hours of work. That's just amazing. Imagine what you can do if you have 10 websites, 100 websites even. Now, of course, the hardest thing here is to find the keywords that can achieve this. I will show you how I assess my keywords and decide if they are worthy or not, if I should pick them or not. I will also show you exactly how I set up my websites for the highest click-through rate possible. I will show you what theme I'm using for my website in order to get the high click-through rates that I'm getting. I get about, on average, 9-10% click-through rates. I will show you exactly how to set up it, even if you don't have any technical knowledge at all. It's very simple, very easy. I will show you how you can work with the AdSense analytics right here, which statistics are important for you, which are not. I will show you exactly how you can work with the Google Analytics, so you can track your traffic, where does it come from, which page draws most traffic, and so on. I will explain all this to you. I will also show you exactly how I'm making my backlinks, a lot of backlinks, and it's also very easy to do it. I'm using Tumblr. I will show you how you can create blog on Tumblr that will get a lot of followers very easy and very fast. And these followers will simply help you a lot in making your backlinks. I will explain you what a backlink is if you don't know. I will cover everything from the most basic term, from the most basic setting up to the everything that I'm doing on the high-end spectrum. So thank you for considering this course. See you inside. Alright, in this video I will show you exactly what I'm doing in order to find keywords. It's pretty boring at times because you have to check a lot of keywords, and it's like looking for gold. You know, when gold diggers look for gold, they take a big chunk of dirt and they try to find little dusts of gold, and it's not really easy to find them, but you have it. You have all the dirt. You simply have to find the gold within it. First, you must pick a general topic that you want to write about. So let's say that we want to write about games for our Android phones. So what I'm going to do in a case like this, I will simply write games for Android block. Games for Android block. And then I will pick one of the big blocks For example, let's pick this one, droidgamers.com, and you simply, let's find where are their games, game reviews. Alright, so here you can find all the new games, I guess. For this specific example, maybe going on the Google Play Store is also nice. So you simply make a list of all the games that you want to check if their keywords are good enough to make websites for them. So simply you have to go make that list, take all the games from here and all the other blogs that you can find. Maybe let's take this one. So original Rayman on Android. Then we have some other stuff. And you simply make a big list of apps, games that you want to possibly write about. And after that, you have to check if these keywords are worth it, if you should really make a website and write about them. So the key point here was that first, you have to pick a topic that you want to write about, whether it's apps for Android, whether it's about vegetables, whether it's about exercise. You may even want to write about glasses, I don't know. Whatever your topic is, simply find some big blog about it and just sketch out the main topics that you possibly want to write about. The big blogs are like the dirt that I gave you example about. The big blocks are the dirt. You take all the dirt from them, make the big list, and then you sort everything from this list. You sort it through the keyword planner in Google that I'm about to show you, and you check which keywords are good enough and which are not, and which you should simply throw away with the dirt. I will show you examples of good keywords. I will show you examples of bad keywords. I will tell you why you should pick a specific keyword or why you shouldn't pick it, and let's move on to the next video. Alright, so now that you have your list of keywords, you have to check which of them are gold and which of them are dirt. And in order to do this, I'm going to show you how you can use the Google Keyword Planner to sort through the dirt of keywords that you have. So the first thing that you have to do is simply go to google.com AdWords. The easiest way to find it is simply to go on Google and write AdWords. It will be the first website there. You go and click on sign in. And if you don't have a Google account, you should make one. You can make one by using this create an account button right here. It's very straightforward. Just fill the registration form and create your account. After you do this, simply log into AdWords with the account you just created, and I will show you now what you do after you log in. Now, first, just a few words, what is AdWords? AdWords is the Google service that people use when they want to promote something. But we are not going to promote anything, we are simply going to check which of our keywords are really good. And in order to do this, after you log in your AdWords account, go up here to Tools and then to Keyword Planner. Wait a couple of seconds until it loads. Alright, now you have to click on Search for new keywords using a phrase, website or a category. And here in this first field, you should write your first keyword. Make sure that the settings here on targeting are the same like I have them. You target all locations, all languages, and so on. So let's simply write here, I don't know, Android, some keyword that we are not interested about. And after the search is completed, click on Keyword Ideas. This is the page that you're going to spend a lot of time on. This number right here is the number of how many times this keyword was searched in Google. And if you mouse over this little icon here, you will get a graph for the last 12 months. So you can see how much it was searched for each month. Now, like I said, we're not interested in this keyword, and I simply wrote it because we're going to spend the time on this page In the previous page that we just saw, we're not going back there ever. So you will write your keywords up here in this field and simply click on get ideas and look at the keyword ideas tab. I will first show you an example of bad keyword, and I will explain to you why this would be a very, very bad keyword. By the way, Android is also a very bad keyword, and you're about to find out why. So let's go for video editing. Let's write video editing. So, as expected, video editing is a very competitive keyword. As you can see down here, video editor is even more competitive. So let's start with video editor. Alright, so video editor, 1,200,000 searches per month. And it's even rising. It's going more and more. It's almost 3 million in the last month. So why is this a bad keyword? It has a lot of searches, so obviously people are really interested in this topic. What makes it a really bad keyword for our purpose? Now let's go open a new tab and write video editor here, and let's see what we'll get. You get about 50 million results. This is why this keyword is bad. There is a lot of information about it. So you should really stay away from keywords that have a lot of results. Simply because this means that this is an overcrowded niche. You can't do anything here. You can't rank your website. These are big players here. They spend a lot of money on marketing, and we don't want to spend any money, at least not on marketing. So you should stay away from words like this. Down here you can find a lot of keyword ideas, like it says here, a lot of relevant keyword ideas that you may like or not. And even if you go for some of the long tail keywords, a long tail keyword is a keyword that has multiple words in it and it still gets a lot of searches, like this one, for example, best video editing software, with 60,000 searches per month, and it would still be a very bad idea. This keyword, let's check it. Still, it has 6 million results, a lot less than the previous one, but you can see that all the results that you get on the first page are targeting this keyword. They all have best video editing software, best free video editing software, best online video editors. Even down here, best free editing software, best video editing software. Even if we go on the third page, I suspect that we will have the same result. Best free video editing program. This is also a really bad keyword, even that it's a long tail, and usually long tail keywords are good. But this is an example of a bad keyword. So you can see that everyone on the first few pages is writing exactly about this keyword. This will make it really hard for you to rank for this keyword. So even if we go, let's say some other keyword, basically any keyword that you find here about video editing software will be probably overcrowded. So let's pick this one, video mixing software. This is something that may be good. There it is. You have 1 million searches. So the people here aren't targeting this exact long tail keyword, that it's not that crowded like with the previous words. You can see they still have some mixer keyword here and there, and their domains are not exactly targeting this. So this long tail keyword may be potentially a good keyword, but I'm not exactly sure because the video editing niche is usually very crowded. So, and as you can see, it has only 1,600 searches with 600 searches in the last month. It has a nice cost per click that is about 50 euro cents. I will go ahead now and show you a good keyword. So this is a keyword that I spent some time looking for it to give you an example with a good keyword. So this keyword is Chimera Online. And I bet that you don't know what Chimera is. I will show you now. You can see that this keyword has steady 4,000 searches per month. So let's write it here and see what we will get. Chimera Online. So we get about 500,000 results, which is nice. We are looking for keywords that give us around or less than 1 million results. And as you can see here, the first 3 posts only are targeting Chimera Online specifically in their headlines and partially in their links, but none of them has its in domain. So what you can do with the example with this keyword, you can get the domain name chimeraonline.com as a domain name. It's not taken, it's free currently at least. And with everything that I'm going to teach you in the next videos, you may be able to easily rank this keyword on the first page in Google and get some traffic with it. Of course, traffic means money. But since you're watching this video, probably hundreds of other people are also going to watch it. And by the time you watch this video, it's probably not a good idea anymore to go for this keyword, since probably already 20 people tries to make a website about it. That is why you should keep your keywords to yourself, so that you don't get a lot of competition. But as of making this video, this keyword is a really good example. It has a good amount of searches per month. It has a good amount of results. For the searches, you're looking anything between 1,000 and 15 to 20,000. So you're looking for very low competition keywords. So Chimera Online, good example. Video editing, bad example. Now that you know how you can assess a keyword, whether it's a good keyword or not, whether it's going to bring you some traffic, whether it's going to rank well in Google, I will talk a bit about the suggested bit here, which is the cost per click or CPC. You will eventually see it somewhere. So CPC means cost per click. Cost per click is the sum that people who advertise, people who make the ads, are paying for each click. So when someone clicks on the ads that are going to be on your website, you get money out of these clicks. So what is the relation here? Well, it's very simple. There are keywords that have a very high suggested bid or a cost per click and low monthly searches. So if you have a keyword that has like 1,000 monthly searches, but it has €5 suggested bid, then this is also a very good keyword. And if it's easy to rank it, it's even better, because if you get 20 clicks from this keyword in 1 month, from these €5, you may get €3 or dollars per click, depending on the currency. And these 20 or 30 clicks are worth a lot more from the 50 clicks that you may get from 5,000 searches and 20 cents. 20 or 30 clicks at $2 or $3 will give you between $40 and $90 income, and 50 clicks at 20 cents will give you $10. So it's simple math. The point here is that keywords with low monthly searches and very high cost per click are also very good. Same goes for words with a lot of monthly searches and low cost per click. There you will have a lot of clicks and less cost per click. You should consider both types of keywords. Of course, all of them are good as long as they bring you traffic. Now, I will show you here how you can find such keywords. Now, just an example. Here you can see Chimera Para PC has 2,400 searches per month, and it has this is just $1 cent per click. So if someone comes to your website and clicks for such keyword, you will get $1 cent from this click. But if he comes from this keyword and he clicks, then you will get probably around 12-15 cents. Now, this sounds like very little, but the average cost per click that I have on all my websites, the average is between 5 and 10 cents. But the volume of the clicks makes up for the rest of the revenue. So this is not bad. There are people who have a lot less. There are people who have a lot more. I've seen people who get $20 per click, but this is for some very competitive keywords, and it's not that easy to get into such niches. So you can easily sort all your relevant keywords that are here by clicking on suggested bid, and it will automatically sort your keywords by the highest cost per click that you can get here. So you can see that some of these keywords have a very low amount of monthly searches, but they have a very high cost per click. If, for example, we take Cimera app free download, it has 600 searches, and this is $50 per click. If we search this, we will see that again we have low amount of results, low amount of competition. So what you're going to do in this case, you don't have to make a brand new website for all these keywords. We're going to have a post or a page for each of these keywords so that you can have all of these keywords on your page and you're going to rank for all of them. You may not rank for all of them, but you will be visible somewhere for all of them. And it really doesn't matter if you're at the top positions for these keywords or not. Of course it matters. Of course you will get more traffic, but the thing is that the more exposure that you can get for a website, the better. This will simply bring you more traffic, and that's all. So you can even go for more different keywords, like this one, for example. It has a dash here and an and sign here, but only 200 searches. So if we search for this one, again, a little over 300 results. But if you go for example, so if you go, for example, for this keyword here, I don't even know what it means, but it has a lot of searches. And let's sort it back by relevance. And if we search for this keyword, let's see how many, for Cimera Parapis, how many searches results we have. We have 67,000 results for this keyword, a very low amount of searches, and as you can see, none of them is targeting Cimera Para PC. So if you have a post or a page on your website about this keyword, it will be extremely easy for you to rank this page and get the little traffic that's coming from here. I told you that this keyword will bring won't bring much money when people come from it and click on your ads, but the simple fact that this is free traffic for you, it will benefit your website in a big way. So don't underestimate such keywords. So let's sort them by amount of searches here. So let's see relevant. So this is another relevant keyword. This is another relevant keyword. I don't even know what this Bikesar means. Let's check it out. Only 100,000 results. Again, almost no one is targeting it exactly. So there is a lot of room here to test with a lot of different keywords. This is the other thing that you can do. You can use keywords in other languages, and you don't really have to know the language in order to get traffic from these keywords. You can simply write your article in English and translate it with Google Translate. I've done it before, and it will still rank. So if we go for Descargar Cimera, like this one, for example, I know that this one means download Cimera, but again, only 100,000 results. So finding such keywords is really nice. It's really easy to rank them, And there we have a domain here that targets exactly this keyword, Descargar Chimera. Let's check this out. Let's check this website out. What does it have? There it is. This is a website that's in fully Spanish. It has Chimera para Android, Chimera para iPhone. Let's check these keywords. Chimera para Android. Very low amount of searches. I don't know why this guy was targeting these keywords, but let's go back to Chimera Online. But Descargar Chimera was bringing in a lot of searches, just like Chimera para PC. Where did they go? Chimera para PC is here. I think he had it. There it is. Descargar Chimera para PC. So he's probably ranking for both of these keywords. Let's check it out. Descargar Chimera. He's not even on the first page here. That's interesting. Ah, there it is. There he is on the second page. So you see that this is how even other people are doing it. It's not really hard to do it. So I'm not going to bore you anymore here. I just wanted to show you how you can sort your keywords, how you can decide which keywords you want to take, and what the suggested bid here eventually means. Oh, and just a few last words, because a lot of people get confused here with this competition. This competition column here, it's not relevant to you. Simply because it says that this keyword has low competition, this does not apply for you, because this competition is for people who want to advertise on this keyword, because advertising on Google is something like an auction. So people place a bid for this keyword. For example, I say that I will pay 20 cents per click, and you say you will pay 30 cents per click. And the competition here is low because only me and you are bidding for this keyword. But if it's a better keyword that has high competition, it's a keyword that has thousands of people who are trying to run their ads for it. And that's why it has a high competition, because you have to outbid the other people in order to get your ads to show. And you don't care about this competition. You only care about what you see in the Google results here. That's all you care about. So don't get confused by this competition. It means nothing to you unless you want to advertise for these keywords. Alright, so now that we've found a keyword that is worthy, in our opinion at least, or my opinion at least, you have to pick a proper domain name. And your domain name must be focused on your primary keyword. In our example, if you pick Chimera Online to be our primary keyword, you would want to buy the domain name chimeraonline.com or Chimera for PC. It also has a nice amount of searches. Or you can also go for Chimera Photo Editor. I already showed you how you can check all these keywords. And you should simply pick one of these keywords to be your primary keyword. Later, when we make the website and we start writing our content, we are going to use all these keywords here, and we will create a separate page for each of them. But still, you have to pick a primary keyword, and this keyword will be the one that will be the easiest to rank. Primarily because your main domain will be a straight match to the keyword that you chose. So, if you want Chimera Online to be your primary keyword, buy chimeraonline.com. If you want Chimera for PC, buy chimeraforpc.com. You can go for domain names like chimeraforpc.com or chimeraforpc.com, or if either of these are taken and you still want to go for this keyword, you can try Chimera for PC and add some random character before the .com. For example, Chimera for PCR.com, something like this, if you really want to go for this keyword. So pretty much this is how you pick your domain names. Sometimes I go for two keywords or mixed keywords in the domain name. you can also go for domain name for a long tail keyword. And like I said in the previous video, a long tail keyword is a keyword that has 4 or 5 words in it. Sometimes I may go for domain names like smera-online-for-pc.com. So that way I'm targeting in my main domain both online and for PC, but I'm not exactly sure if it's really that good to do it this way. So I would advise you to stick with the primary keyword of your choice. So in the next video, I will show you exactly how you can set up your website. And in order to set up it, you have to buy a domain name and you have to buy a hosting plan. I'm not going to go into any details about how you can buy these, because there are many hosting providers. I really don't want to advise you to buy from one or from the other, simply because they all have their pros and cons. Currently, I will just say this, that currently I'm using GoDaddy both for domains and for hosting, but there are also other great domain providers and hosting providers that you can find. It really doesn't matter which one you use. Any of these companies will do just fine. And if you have trouble with purchasing your domain name or hosting plan, or you're not sure what you need to buy, contact their support. All of them usually have live chat support, so you can tell them what you need. They will tell you exactly what you need to buy, and you can easily figure this out on your own. My next video will start from the point where you already should have a domain name and a hosting plan, so that you can start creating your website. Alright guys, in this tutorial I will show you how you can manually install WordPress, and I will do this because not all hosting providers have the automatic tool, or it's not always that easy to do it. Sometimes you may have some problems with the automatic tools, so I will show you how you can do it manually if you have no other option. The first thing that you have to do is go on Google and search for download WordPress. The first result that you will get is of course the official WordPress page. So you simply have to select the first result. After the page loads, you have to click on download WordPress 4.4.2 or whatever is the latest version. This is the current latest version at the time of recording this video. I have already downloaded it. So here is my downloaded zip file. After you're done with the downloading, you should go to your control panel where your hosting is. And for example, with the GoDaddy hosting here, I have to click on manage to open the control panel. And after a few seconds of loading, there it is. So the easiest way to do this is first you have to go to your file manager, open your web root, wait a few seconds, and you have to go to the folder public HTML right here. And here you have to create a folder where you're going to install your WordPress website. There is one thing that I want to point out here. So if you're going to have only one website on this web hosting, you don't have to create a new folder. If you want to have multiple websites on this hosting, you have to create a separate folder for each of these websites. So in my case, I have several different websites on this same hosting. That's why I have a different folder for each of them. So I'm going to open the folder that I'm going to use for this example. And after you open the folder, you have to upload the zip file. So you simply click on upload. Then you choose file. You navigate to the zip file and you open it. So you have a progress bar here that already said that my upload is completed. So I have to go back by clicking on this button here, and here is my uploaded WordPress zip file. Now you have to extract it by clicking this button here. You may have a different interface. So if you can't find any button that allows you to extract your zip file, or when you right click, you don't have that option. I will show you a bit later in this video how you can extract it locally on your computer and then upload the extracted contents. So let's extract it. Extract files, and it's ready. Now we have everything moved inside a different folder within our folder. It's not what we really want, so let's fix this. First, refresh your page, your file manager. Now we will work a bit with this tree here. So here inside the passive income site folder, we can see the other folder. So let's open it and let's select everything that's within it. I did this by pressing on the first file, then holding Shift on my keyboard and the last file. So let's select move. And here you have to delete the folder that they're currently in. So you want to have only the path to the folder where you want your files to be. We don't want them to be inside this WordPress folder. We want them to be inside the passive income site folder. That's why I deleted the WordPress folder from here. Let's select move files. And it's ready. All right, let's open our passive income folder. And you can see that we have all of our folders right here, and our WordPress folder is now empty. So let's delete it because we no longer need it. Delete the folder. Let's also delete the zip file as we no longer need it. Before we start with the main installation of the WordPress, first we have to create a database for it and a database user. In order to do this, go back to your control panel and look for MySQL databases. You should have something similar like this. The control panels are pretty much the same everywhere, they just have a little bit different interface, but the applications within them are pretty much the same. So go inside the MySQL databases, and here we have to create our new database. Now it's accepted that the WordPress databases start with WP. This is if you have many databases, it's easier for you to distinguish which one of them is for WordPress and which one is for what. But don't use just WP. Include some other suffix because it will improve the security of your website. So let's say WP 716, for example, passive income 9, for example. And let's create our database. A few seconds, and the database was created. Go back. Alright, and now we can find our database somewhere here. There it is. There's our database. Now we have to create a MySQL user for this database, the user that's going to be used to access the database, modify it, work with it, and so on. This is the user that WordPress will use. So let's go ahead here and let's give it a username. So let's call it pass inc, I don't know, 856, for example. And let's just pick some password. I will use the password generator because it generates really good passwords, but it's really hard to remember these passwords. So make sure to copy the password somewhere where you can always have access to it. So the best way is to simply write it on a piece of paper. So I will copy this password and confirm that you know the password. Use the password. All right, and click on create user. Perfect, our user is ready. The last thing that you have to do is that you have to add the user to the database itself so that this user can have some access to the database. So you go ahead and find your user from the drop down menu here, find the database as well, and click on add. So you have to give all privileges to this user make changes, and that is ready. So now that we have set up everything from the databases, we can go and open a new tab. So for me, it's the main domain for my hosting account, then passive income site, and you must use uppercase if that's what you used in naming your folder, slash wp-admin slash install.php. Now, I'm using the main domain for my web hosting because I haven't pointed it as the folder of this website yet. It's very easy to do it. I will show you a bit later. So click enter, and from here you just follow the steps and install WordPress. So let's do this. Select your language, click continue. So here it tells you that you need a database name, password, host, table prefix, and so on. We have all that, so let's go. So the database name, let's see what was our database name. Let's go back here at the MySQL databases and let's find our database. So it's right here, database name. So this is our database name. Here we are going to use the same prefix as our database name, 716. For username, let's see what was our username. It's passing 856. Copy the password that you have saved on your paper or wherever you have saved it. And for database host, leave it like this. It's on the local host. It's on the host itself where your website will be installed. So everything is at the same place. That's why it's called localhost. If your database was somewhere else, you should have used the IP for the other place, but you don't have to do it here. So click submit and everything should be fine. Let's see. Perfect. Now there are a few other things that you should set up for your website here. So this is the site title. Let's call it for now my first website. I will show you how you can later change this. For username, write some username that you're going to use in the future to log into your WordPress website and edit it. So my test user. And for password, 13524 exclamation mark 2. I don't know, something like this. Confirm the use of a weak password. As you can see, it says here that the password is very weak. So this is simply an example. We don't need a strong password for this particular example, but I really advise you to use a better password than this, simply to secure your website better. All right. So here you should supply your email address. So I will supply my email address and click on install WordPress. Success. The WordPress was installed easily, so we didn't have any problems. Our installation was successful. Let's log in. My test user. And we're in. There it is, our first website. So in the next videos, I will show you exactly how to modify this website so that it suits our needs. Before that, as I promised, I will show you what you can do if you can't extract your WordPress files on the hosting itself. The first thing you have to do is you have to find a tool called FileZilla. So there it is here. You have to download the FileZilla client from here. And after you download it, you have to go back to your control panel. Let's go to my control panel. All right, and when you go to your control panel, you have to click on FTP accounts. And when you go there, you have to create a new FTP account for your website. So simply select some username. So let's my FTP test account with the password my test account, and Here you have to select the directory for which this account will have access to. If you leave it like this only to public HTML, this account will have access to everything inside the public HTML folder. But if you simply need it only for the specific website that we are currently working on, you have to supply the path to this folder like this. And then you say create FTP account. Perfect. Now, after this account was created, open FileZilla and find your account down here and click on configure FTP client. So here you have FTP configuration file for FileZilla. That is one option. And in order to import this file, you have to go here to File, Import. And from here, you simply have to navigate to the folder where you downloaded this file, select it, and it will automatically put the settings for you in FileZilla. But now I will show you how you can manually set up this. So first you have to click on this icon right here, open the site manager. Then you click on new site, and let's call it my first test site. Then you have to supply the host name. You get the host name from here, FTP server. This is your host name. So FTP. Alright, then you supply the port, which is 21. You change the logon type to normal. And here you write your username. I will just copy it from here. And then you write your password. And you click on OK. Then when you click on this little arrow here, you can see your connection that you just created. Simply click on it. Select Always Trust Certificate in future sessions. Click OK. Wait a few seconds and there it is. So we now already have everything uploaded. Everything is here. But if you don't, you simply extract your WordPress archive here, extract, wait until the extraction is done, and then you simply go inside its folder, select all the files that you have here, and simply drag and drop them into the remote folder on your web hosting, and from there everything is the same. Alright, so the automatic setup of WordPress is much easier and much faster. So the way you do it, you again have to go to your control panel on your web hosting, and you should look for web applications tab, and there you will have a WordPress icon. You simply have to click on it and wait a couple of seconds, and you will have something like this. It may be a bit different, but the common thing here is that you will have an install this application button or simply install or something like this. You will have to click on it, wait a couple of seconds, and on the page that's opened, you simply have to follow everything that is required of you. I just want to point out a few things. So remember that for our blog here, we created a different folder. Now, when you want to install your blog, when you want to install WordPress in a specific directory, you have to specify it under the directory field. So here we don't want it under the blog directory, we want it under our passive income site. So that way, if I install this again, it will install it over the other installation that we just did. We don't want to do this, but this is how you do it. This is how you say where it should go. You can see here what is the path that, what is the directory that you currently have. Currently, this installation will go inside this directory. And you can go to your file manager to double check this and confirm that if this is the directory that you need. So, passive income site, then we go to public HTML, then we go to my username, and then we go to home. Let's see if this is the case. So, passive income site, public HTML, my username, home. Alright, this is the perfect directory for us. Here you can select the version of WordPress that you want to install. Of course, the latest version is always the best. And here we have some other options that you can choose from. So you can choose if you want your website to be automatically updated or you want to update it manually. Same goes for your plugins, for your themes. I specifically don't like automatic updates, at least not on the plugins and the WordPress themes, because sometimes this may change your website, and for our specific needs, we really don't need this. We really don't need it. So then we go to the administrator username and password. These administrator username and passwords are the one that you will be using later to be able to log in on your website. So simply write some username and password that will be very secure and it will be easy for you to use them. Then here you have to supply your email address. You have to set up the website title and the tagline. These are you really don't have to bother with this right now. I will show you a bit later how you can change them to anything that you may want. Two-factor authentication. Well, this will make things a bit harder for you, but it really will make your website much more secure. So if you want security, go for it. Same goes for the login attempts limits. So again, if you want security, go for it. And I will advise you to leave all the rest settings the same, but if you want, you can go inside the advanced settings and work with them a bit if you want. Then simply you have to click install and the installation process will begin. It will finish within a minute or two and you will eventually have the same result that you had like we did with the manual installation. And I think I forgot to mention the first drop-down menu, the domain drop-down menu. Of course, we will let you select which domain you want to point at this folder. So here you will simply select the domain that you want to use. Now that we have already installed WordPress, we are going to change the theme of the WordPress. I will show you exactly which theme I am using on all of my websites and why I am using it. So in order to get the theme, go to Appearance, Themes, click on Add New, and here you have to write Generate Press. And this is the theme that I'm using. Install it. It's completely free. So wait a couple of seconds, activate it. And let's open it and to show you what it looks like. So it's nothing fancy, but I will show you what settings I'm using on this theme. I will remove these footer widgets, we don't need them. I will remove all these things from the sidebars and I will squeeze the page. So let's click on Customize. And let's go to Layout, change the container width to 800 pixels, then change the header width to Contained, same goes for the navigation width, again Contained, and then go to Content Layout and select one container. Remove select content with no sidebars. Do the same thing here and here. Alright. And here select 0 footer widgets. You don't need any of them. Alright. And change the footer width again to contained. Perfect. Let's save it. And these are the settings that I'm using on this web page. And I will briefly explain why I'm using it this way. I am using it this way simply because when someone enters this website, they will be focused on this area right here. And our ads will be right here. There will be nothing else. Our text will be below the ads. There will be nothing on the sides or above it. So the first thing that the person will see when they open your website, it will be your ads. So this is the theme that I'm using, Generate Press, with these settings, very easy to set up. I will show you more about it in the next videos. Alright, So in this video, I will explain to you what is a post, what is a page, what is a category, what is the difference between them. So from the default setup of WordPress, we have a sample page here and a sample post. This hello world is a post. So the difference between them, if you closely observe them, the difference is that the first thing, the page does not have a release date, it doesn't have an author, it doesn't have anything. While the post has a release date, author, it also has category, the page does not have one. And on the post also, people can comment, and you can do this on the pages. This is the main difference between a page and a post. The other difference is that you can use pages on your homepage, which means that you can make one of your pages to be your homepage. So if you click on customize here, and then you go on set front page, you have to choose either, let's go on the homepage, you have to choose either your latest post, which is currently selected, that's why you can see the only default post here, or you can choose a static page, and you can choose the static page from here. So now the sample page became our homepage, and I am using this front page setting in order to set my main page with my main keyword on the homepage of my website. This is what I use pages for. Now, what other things you can do with the posts? Let's go back to our WordPress menu here. So at posts you have tags, categories. This is the other thing that posts have and pages don't. Posts have tags. So what is a category? The categories, they are like a collection of posts. So imagine that you have a category about vegetables, and let's say that you have 5 different posts about vegetables. So you have a post about cucumbers, you have a post about tomatoes, you have a post about cabbage, and so on. If you select your category, if you open this category, you will see all these posts right there. Let's create a few quick posts really fast. Just a simple example post, test post 1. Let's publish it. Let's make another post, test post 2, publish it. And now if we go back to our page, so I still have all my posts as my front page because I forgot to save it the last time. So what I wanted to show you is that if you click on the category here, it's currently uncategorized, it will show you all posts in this category. We can edit the name of the category from here. Click on edit. First click on categories here. So change it to test posts, for example. So what is this slug here? You can see here that on our URL we have category / uncategorized. This is the slug. So whatever is written here will be used in your URL. So let's change it to test posts, update, and let's reload. Now this page is missing because we no longer have a category named uncategorized. So let's go back to our home page, and we can see that our category has changed its name right here. And we see all our test posts that we created. Alright, so in the next videos I will show you how you can order your menu, how you should do it, how you can put categories directly in your menu, and how to structure your posts, how to structure your pages, and so on. See you in the next videos. Alright, so we talked about what are pages, posts, categories. I'm going to talk a bit about now when I'm using which. So I'm using pages for my main keywords. I select a couple of keywords and I make them my main keywords, and all secondary keywords I put them, I mention them in the pages, and I make different posts for each of these and I make different posts for each of the secondary keywords. So I have prepared a list with all the keywords for Simera that we may use. As you can see, all of them have several thousand searches. So even if you rank for like 5 of these keywords, you will get a lot of traffic and you will start making some income with this website. Like I said already, using Simera online or any of these keywords may not be a very good idea anymore, unless you're one of the first people to take this course, because I am pretty much sure that a lot of people will try these keywords now that I'm showing them to you. So just do what I said in one of my previous videos about how I find keywords, and find one keyword on yourself. It will be a keyword that probably no one else is using at the moment, so it will be 100% yours. Now, let's sketch out which of these are going to be our main keywords. Usually, I've had a lot of success with keywords that are that have the keyword online in them, and with keywords that have the for PC keyword in them. I would get the domain name Simera Online, for example, like we said. So this should be my main keyword. It will be on my homepage. I will create a page about this keyword, and I will create at least 2 or 3 more keywords, 2 or 3 more pages for main keywords. Now, since we can mention Simera photo editor anywhere, we can even mention it in this post here, I'm going to make it a secondary keyword for Simera Online. Come on. Alright, so we can do the same with Simera Camera. We can do the same with Camera Simera. We can do the same with Simera Camera and Photo Editor. They are all pretty much they're all very close keywords, so it's okay to mention them all in the same page. I will show you how. So we can also use these keywords here. What else? Can we use anything else? And I guess that these are enough for here. We can mention them all here. We can even use mention them in other pages or posts. You will see how I will do this in one of the next videos. So, second main keyword that I'm going to use, that will be Simera Download. Many people are looking for downloads, so it's simply natural. So download Simera will be a secondary keyword here. Simera free download will be another a secondary keyword here. Then app download. All right. And it seems like we are done with the English keywords, which is interesting. Now I would make another primary keyword, one of the Spanish keywords, or this one by Har Simera. I believe we had less than 100,000 results, around 100,000 results. And Descargar Simera, how many did it have? 100,000 results. So I'm going to make another page for Descargar Simera. Descargar means download, so we can mention it here. So we can mention Descargar Simera here, and we can make a separate page for it, like this. Let's check what this word means. I don't know what it means. Let's move it. Download. Alright, this means download, and what language is this in? It's in Portuguese. So this is very interesting. All the download words, we can mention them here. We can just mention them here and then make posts or pages about them. I will mention this one here. So, and I will also mention them here. We are making a page about it, so no need to have this. So Simera gratis. Simera gratis means Simera free. Gratis means free. So what else? What else? This as well. Descargar like this. Simera para PC. I will leave this one here. This goes here as well. We already have this. So Indir, what does this mean? Download again from Turkish. Interesting. We can have this here again as well. Then we can also have Simera for PC page. It's another main keyword that people usually search about. It doesn't have a lot of searches, but it's just from experience. I'm telling you that usually you can have success with such a keyword. So I will add a different page for it as well. I will also make a page about Simera para PC. It will be simply Simera for PC translated in Spanish. Para PC means for PC. And these, let's delete this from here. These I will add them as tags. So let's see what will happen. Let's move on to making the pages and the posts. Let's go here. Let's make a page about Simera online pages. Go to pages. Let's edit this page. We are going to simply create them. We are not going to write any content, not yet. Online. I already spoke about what a slug is in a previous video. Alright, let's make a new page. The next page will be Simera download. Like this. Let's publish it. Alright, let's go and create a new page. Let's make Simera for PC. Let's make another one, Simera para PC. And Descargar Simera. If you want, you can create a totally different and separate website for the Spanish keywords or whatever other language you may use to make pages. So you may separate them, one website for the English keywords, one website for the Spanish keywords. It's up to you. You can do it like this, or you can do it like I'm doing it right here. So this is totally up to you. So we have how many pages? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. This is more than enough. These pages are more than enough for us. Now let's make some posts. I'm going to make a post by using one of these keywords, and I'm going to use this keyword. And let's make it photo editor, but I'm also going to add some additional info in the headline. So let's say Simera photo editor, one of the best photo editors, for example, just to make it a nice headline, and it shouldn't seem like it's targeting specifically this keyword. I will use this post for something very specific, and I will show you what this is in a later video. Let's publish it. Alright, and let's delete these posts. We don't need them anymore. Move to trash, apply, and done. Let's see how our website looks right now. So We have our pages up here in the menu, we have our post here, and if you remember, I showed you a thing from the customize tool here that you can use a page as your front page. So let's select the static page and make Chimera Online our static page. Alright, so now when people open our website, this is the page that they're going to see, and they are also going to see this menu here and our ads that we are going to add in a future video. So this will be a short video in which I'm going to show you how you can edit your menu, this menu right here. So let's go to appearance and then go to menus. As you can see here we have 6 items, but here we have only 5. The first reason for this is because for some reason here we have Chimera Online 2 times, and I'm going to delete one of the 2 Chimeras. So let's remove it. And the second thing I want to say is that you can't edit this menu from this menu right here. In order to be able to edit it, first you have to create this menu. It doesn't exist yet. The menu that you see here is a menu that is automatically generated by WordPress. So let's hit create menu button here. And if you want to use this menu as the menu that is used right here, you have to go to manage locations, and this is the primary menu for your website. You have to select it from here and then click save changes. As you can see, we also have a tick right here, primary menu, so you can also use this tick instead of going here. Now if we refresh, there will be no change in this menu here because it was ordered the same way, but if you rearrange this menu, you will see the difference. In order to rearrange the menu, you simply drag and drop. So let's put Chimera download to be the last item in the menu and save it. And let's refresh. There, perfect. Now I will show you a few other things about the menu here. I will move Chimera menu back here. If you want, you can make drop-down menus, and you can do this by moving the menu a little bit to the right. As you can see, it moves to the left and to the right. If you place it right here, this will be a sub item to this menu right here. You can even make them all sub menus of one another. Let's save the menu and I will show you what this actually looks like. So let's refresh. And as you can see here, we have only one item now. But if you mouse over here, you get the Chimera download, then you get the Chimera for PC, then you get all the rest items. So this is how you can structure your menu if you want to do something like this. But we are not going to do something like this for now. I'm going to fix it. Maybe we can move the Chimera Para PC under the Chimera for PC, and the same with the Chimera download, and then move this right here. Let's save it and refresh. So here we have the other language pages under the English language pages. Alright, this is totally up to you. It all depends on how you want to structure your website. But in general, I would do it this way, and I would place these pages in the menu itself if we had the space to do so. So I did it like this because we are going to add another thing to this menu right here, and I will show you how you can add a category to the menu. It's very easy. You simply have to go right here, click on categories, and select the category that you want to add to your menu, like this. There it is. You can do the same by adding posts. When you have more than one post, you have all your posts here. Actually, you have all your posts in the view all tab here, and you can use them and add them to the menu. Let's save the menu. And now we have our category right here, like this. We will have all posts that are in this category right here. I will rename this category really fast because test posts means nothing for us. I will rename it to photo editors, Update category. Alright, let's go again. Perfect. And I will show you why I did this a little bit later. Now, we can take disregard Chimera out of here because we have the space. Let's go menus and take it out. Perfect. We don't have space for the Chimera Para PC, and if we take it out, it will become really ugly. Like this, it will become on 2 rows, and we don't really want to do this. So I will move it back here, and we're done for now. See you in the next video. In this video, I'm going to show you what plugin I'm using in order to write optimized posts. And in order to install the plugin, go at plugins right here, then go to add new plugin. And here you have to write in the search plugins box, write SEO by Yoast. And then you go and look for the plugin right here, Yoast SEO. Install this plugin. Wait a few seconds. It will be ready pretty soon. And after a few seconds, the plugin was installed. Then you have to activate it by clicking on Activate Plugin right here. If you want, you can go ahead and look at it. It has a lot of options. I will show you exactly which of them I am using and how I'm using them, but we will go through them in more than one video, so don't worry. First, I will go to the pages, all pages. Then I will go to my front page, Chimera Online. And you'll see that I already have some text here. I have written this text before I started the video, simply because it's boring to watch someone write a text like this. I will give this text to you in the course. It is available to you. You can read it as much as you want and exercise on it. Alright, so how do we use this plugin? Well, it's very easy to use it. The first thing that you have to do is you have to write here your keyword, the main keyword you're working on. So let's write it. It's Chimera Online. Give it a second. And now you get a lot more options here. We can see that the keyword density is above the recommended density for the keyword. So we have to remove some of the keywords that I had here. Maybe let's remove this keyword here and make it, once you take a picture with the application, come on, the application. And we're almost ready, so we have to remove another keyword. So, oh, this is available thanks to the large set of filters and lenses that it has. Let's remove this as well and make it like this. And I still have to remove another one. So I will change them a bit in such a way that I'm going to use some of my secondary keywords. So for example, here we are going to change Chimera Online to Chimera Photo Editor, like this. And now we have the keyword density is great, perfect. We have a few more red and orange points here to fix, and we're going to fix them. It's very easy to fix them, but before that we're going to use a bit more keywords here. We don't have to add either of these keywords, Chimera Photo or Chimera Editor, because we already have them within this keyword. So you see how quickly these keywords are vanishing. So we use this. So we have to use Chimera Camera somewhere, which will account for both of these keywords. And we may combine Chimera Camera with Chimera Camera and Photo Editor. So these all will go in a single keyword. So let's do it, for example, here, Chimera camera and photo editor like this. Let's check our keyword density. 7 times, 2%, great, perfect. Now we have keywords that account for all the keywords that we had here, and we are with a green tick for the keyword density, which is great. Now let's see what we can do about the other red and orange dots. So the focus keyword does not appear in the URL for this page. We can't fix this. If you purchase the domain name Simera Online, you will still get this error because it will simply be simeraonline.com, and the plugin may not be able to find this keyword in your domain. So you shouldn't worry about this if your domain is exact match of your keyword. Now, the next things. No outbound links appear in this page. What is an outbound link? An outbound link is a link that points to another page that is outside of your page. So for example, we can add something like learn more about this app at the Google Play Store. Or if you have other websites, you can point to some of your websites. So the way you make links is by selecting the text that you want to become a link, and then you click on this icon right here, and then you write your link, google.com. Alright, perfect. We no longer have the error for outbound links. Now, what can we do about the meta description? You can click on this little button here, edit snippet, and this is the title for your web page. This is the title that will appear in Google, this blue link right here. So you can see how it gets edited when you write it. So you can write Simera Online for PC, the greatest photo editor. You can see that it turned green. It shows you how many characters you have left. So you can see that this is the maximum characters that you can have. Let's delete this. So we have a title. The slug, I'm not going to touch it. This is the link right here. I will leave it like it is. So if this was the simeraonline.com link, it wouldn't have anything else. It would be simply simeraonline.com. And if you write something here, it would be simeraonline.com/something. And I really don't want this for my primary page. The meta description is another thing that we're going to fix right now and fix this error here. So the way we are going to fix this is by simply copying the first row from our text. And as you can see, it's a bit too much. Let's see how much we have to remove. And ... Perfect. Now, as you can see, by editing this title here, we will also fix the page title character minimum and maximum limit. Perfect. So the only error that we now have is that we don't have an image in our text, and we are going to easily fix this. And let's write Simera Play Store. Go to images, this is images, and simply find the image for the app. Is this one? Alright, so this is the image for the app itself. You can simply download this image, and we're going to upload it on our page right here by clicking on the Add Media button right here. Select Files, select the file, and here we have to edit the title and the alt text. So Simera Online for PC free download. I'm adding all the keywords that we are going to use in both of these places. Insert into page, click on the image and select the align left option right here, and then reduce its size to 100 by 100 pixels like this. Perfect. Let's see what we have here now. Perfect. We have all greens. The only thing that we couldn't fix is the URL, and I explained why we're not going to fix it. So let's update our post. And it's perfect. As you can see, we have a green light here. If we go to all pages, there is another thing that you get here from the plugin. You also see the SEO score on all your pages right here. So this is really helpful, and it helps you see if you have some outdated posts, if you need to fix something or something like that. So this is the way that you have to create all your other pages, the way you have to write them, the way you have to put your keywords in them, and fix all the other things that you have to fix. It's also very good to add inbound links instead of only outbound links. And we're going to add one inbound link, and it's going to be learn how to download Chimera from this guide right here, from this guide. All right, and make this guide into a link that's going to lead to Chimera download page, our page that's within our blog update. Perfect. So go ahead and create all the rest of the posts for your web page, for your keyword that you have chosen to make a website for. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Alright guys, this will be a very short video in which I'm going to talk about permalinks and what are they and what is it that you have to fix on them. So I'm at the post section of the website, and I'm going to open the post that I created earlier, and I will show you what a permalink is, and it's the link that opens the post itself. So let's click it and open the post. So we don't have anything, but this is not important for now. What is important is your permalink, your link. As you can see, the link is the domain of your website / the date on which the post was created and / the name of the post. You have to get rid of the date of the post here. Nobody searches in Google for the date when you created your post. Nobody cares about that. It simply hides a lot from your link in the Google search results when it appears. And it's simply better if you don't have this. It should be just like this. Much better. ChimeraOnline.com / Chimera Photo Editor. Perfect. So how do we do this? Well, the way to fix this is, let's go to the menu here. We have to go to settings, and then we go here to permalinks. And as you can see, it's selected day and name. And we have exactly this signature in our permalink. But we don't want this. We have other options like a month name, like a numeric. This will probably get the ID of the post, which is also not something that we need. And we have the post name, which is exactly what we want. So all you have to do is simply select post name here and click Save Changes. When you do this, if we go here and let's refresh, page not found because it's changed the link. So let's find our post right here and open it, and you can see that we no longer have the date on which the post was created. If we go to edit post, we don't have it here anyway. If you want some custom permalink for your post, you can click on this edit button here that I just clicked, and you can change this part of the permalink on anything you like. Alright guys, in this video I will show you what are the tags, what they do, and how I am using them. I want to say that I have copied exactly the same text that we have in the page example, but you should never do this. Never ever copy your posts. This is very bad sign for Google, and you should never do this. One of my websites disappeared for about a month from Google because I have copied 1 or 2 articles from somewhere. So never do this. I'm doing this simply to show you the example. As you know, you can look at my real websites and you can see how I'm what I did there, exactly what I did there. So here I'm simply going to explain how I'm using the tags and why I'm using them. So I simply took this text as a dummy text. I'm not going to publish it, I'm not going to use it, and in real I will never use the same text twice. So if you want to do this, simply write a new text on the same topic. It will not be very different, but at least you will use different words. So you have to scroll down here and go to the tags section right here. So the way you add tags is you simply write them, and you be careful and use uppercase letters whenever you have to, because the way you write your tags will be the exact way that they are going to be taken by Google. So I will use this list with the keywords that we prepared earlier, and I'm going to use all of these keywords as tags. So we have Chimera online, enter. Then we have Chimera photo editor, Chimera camera, Chimera. Then Chimera camera and photo editor, and Chimera editor. We had all of these under this post. Alright, so now that we have added 6-7 tags to this post, let's go ahead and update it. And let's open the post itself. I want to show you what the tags do. Let's go down here. Here are our tags. So if you click on this tag, and go right here, it will open the same post again. If you click on this tag, it will again open the same post. So why is this useful to you? This is useful to you because this exact same post, you'll get indexed by Google for seven different links. So this post will go on Google with 7 different links, and each of these links is targeting different keywords. As you can see here, blah 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 site /tag /Chimera camera. Here it's Chimera online. Here it's Chimera photo editor. Here it's Chimera camera and photo editor, and so on. So you will get this exact same post indexed in Google for 7 different links. And this is good because this way you can easily target a lot of keywords with one simple post. I'm usually doing this when I add articles that are not related to my main keywords, or that are not related to the main subject at all, simply to get a lot of pages indexed. Now, the difference between posts and pages, like I said in an earlier video, is that pages don't have tags. You can't put a tag on a page. And that is the reason why I am creating a separate page for each of my main keywords. So as you can see here, there is no tag section. Alright guys, in this video I will show you how you can install the cookie bar that you started seeing the last couple of months on websites. This toolbar is a must. You must have this toolbar on your website. This is a new regulation by the government. So if you want to have Google related products, if your website has cookies of any sort, you must have such toolbar. And since we are going to use Google Analytics and Google Adsense, this means that our website will have cookies. I'm not going to bother to explain to you what is a cookie because it doesn't really matter. I will simply show you exactly what you have to do to fix this for your website. So the first thing that you have to do is go and create a new category, and we will call it policies, like this. Policies, add category. Alright, then we're going to create 2 new posts. The first post is going to be terms of use. And I will simply copy and paste the text for this post right here. The text for this and the next post will be available as a material for the course, so I will give these texts to you, so don't worry. So this is our first post. Then we are going to assign it to the policies category right here, publish. Alright, and our second post is going to be privacy policy. Alright, so again, I'm going to copy and paste the text for this post. So if we stick to our example with simeraonline.com, you have to replace every word in the text, every word that is a domain word, like this one, with the domain name for your website, like this, simeraonline.com, like this. Like this, here, here, a space here, here, and here. Where do we have any else? And here. I think that this was all of them. So after you do this, you assign it to policy category again and publish it. After you are done with the posts, you have to install a plugin. So go to plugins, add new. And the plugin we are looking for is called Cookie Low Info. So this is the plugin we are looking for. It has over 200,000 active installs. So install it. Give it a second. Activate it. And here is our plugin. So go to Cookie Low settings. And here we have to edit some of the settings in order to make our Cookie Low Info toolbar look pretty, because currently, let's see if we're going to see it. Currently, this is our toolbar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit it in such a way that I'm going to move it in the header. I'm going to change some of the colors on it. So I'm simply going to show you what I will do. So the first setting, on or off the toolbar, we want it on, of course. We're going to change this to header. We're going to select yes here as well. Then we will go to the Cookie Low message bar. And here, if you want, you can change the text on the toolbar. I'm usually keeping it the same. There is no need to change it, at least none that I know. The only thing that we are going to do is that we are going to add the B tag around the buttons here. The B tag will simply make the words on the buttons bolder. B stands for bold, like you're bolding a text. The other thing that we are going to do is we're going to change this color to white. Then we're going to go to customize buttons. And here we are going to change this link. We have to supply the link for the privacy policy URL. And in order to find this link, we have to go to our posts, then open one of the posts. And here you can find your link, the permalink. So simply copy and paste this link right here and here as well. Alright, so after you do this, you have to change a few more seconds. Open link in new window, yes. Change this color to 770000 to this color. Change this button to be a link. And let's see if we have anything else. We have to change this color as well to 770000. And that's all. Let's update our settings and let's see the result. Now we can't see the result because it's behind this toolbar, so I'm going to open a new window, a new incognito window where I'm not logged in, like this. So let's see. And this is our new toolbar. So maybe we can add a comma right here just to distinguish that these are two different links. So let's go back to Cookie Low message, add a comma right here, update, and let's refresh. There. So we have the text, we have the buttons, and the color blends with the white color on the website itself. So I'm doing all this in order to keep the visitors focused on the website and not to get distracted by this toolbar. It's up there all the time, so they can see it at all times, but it doesn't get in the way of them seeing ads or text or anything like this. Alright guys, in this video we will talk about fav icons. The fav icon is this little icon that you see right here up on the top next to your website title. And in order to be able to put a fav icon on your website, you have to do two things. The first is you have to install a plugin that lets you edit your fav icon, and the second is, of course, to find a fav icon for your website. I will start with the second thing first. So you can use this website favicon.cc, and here you can draw a fav icon if you want. So you can use different colors and you can then download your icon. You even have a preview here. You see how it's going to look. So we can add a little bit of green, and you can see how this one is going to look. If you don't want to create your own fav icon, you can simply go to top rated fav icons or latest fav icons. Let's see this one, and simply pick one from here that will suit your website. So let's look for photo. So let's pick this one, for example, a camera suitable for our website. So let's download it and let's go and get our plugin. So simply write fav icon here and simply install one of the plugins that you find here. I will install the first plugin, give it a second, activate it, and go to XT fav icon right down here. Alright, so fav icon, you can enable or disable the fav icon from this drop down menu, and from here you see that it gave you its own fav icon until you upload one. So let's pick our fav icon, upload it, and click on fav icon image 1. This is that we want to use this image. Save the changes, and you can see that we have changed the fav icon on our website. Wherever we go on our website, we will have this fav icon right up here. It's pretty nice, I believe. The rate is nice, it's distinguishable. So simply find a fav icon that you want to use, that is relevant to your website, and use it. In this video, I will show you why we are going to disable the comments on our posts. As you can see right down here, we have a comment section where people can write comments, and this is bad because there are a lot of bots, let's call them spam bots, that are writing comments that you don't want to have on your website. There are a lot of spam bots that will post a lot of links to a lot of other websites. It makes your website look ugly, it makes your website look spammy. So I will show you what plugin I'm using in order to get rid of the comments. So go back to your dashboard, your admin dashboard, then go to plugins, add new, and simply search for disable comments. It's of course intuitive name for the plugin. Alright, so here is the plugin. As you can see, it has more than 800,000 installations, all 5-star ratings, so it's very nice plugin. So let's install it. It's a small plugin, so let's activate it and go to the settings. Alright, so you want to disable comments everywhere. You don't want comments anywhere on your website. And that's it. So let's go and check it. Photo editors, here is our post. So we no longer have the comments option down here in the post. The next thing that I'm going to show you is how can you claim authorship of your website. And by doing this, you will get your first high quality backlink. So the first thing that you have to do is you have again to install a plugin. The plugin is called, let's go to click add new. The plugin is called Author Sure, like this. So this is the plugin that I'm using. It's the only plugin with this name, so simply install it. It's a very nice plugin. Activate the plugin and let's find our plugin. It's under the settings here. and then you go to author. Alright, so there are a lot of settings on this plugin, and honestly I don't know most of them. I really don't care about them anyway. The only thing that you're interested in is this field right here. This is where you have to include your Google Plus profile. If you don't have a Google account, you should get one because you will need it for everything that we are going to do in the course. Like you already know, we are going to use Google Adsense, we're going to use Google Analytics, we're going to use the Google Search Console, the Google Webmaster Tools, and so on. So you will need this account for all of these tools. You can use all of these tools with one account. So the simplest way to do this is simply to go to plus.google.com and click on sign in. And of course here you have to click on create account. The account creation process is very easy. You simply have to provide your first and last name. You have to choose an email name, passwords, birthday, gender, phone number. If you have another email that you want to use for a backup, you should also do this. And you have to also complete the captcha here, choose a location, and so on. I'll give you a second to finish your account creation process. Alright, so let me close this. And here is my Google account that I have already opened, my Google Plus account. So the first thing that you want to do is when you open your Google Plus account, you want to click on this menu here and select profile. When you select profile, look at the link that you have in your browser. The number here, the number that you have here, is the thing that you need to write in this field right here. So you simply have to paste this number here, and then you have to go down here and click on save changes. Once you do this, there is one last thing that you have to do, and this is on your Google Plus account. Go right here on about, click it, and scroll down until you find the links section. When you find this section, you simply edit it with this button here. And here, as you can see, I have a lot of websites. You simply have to click on add custom link. Here you write the name of your website. So let's say our website is Cimera Online, and our link, our URL is http://cimeraonline.com. Of course, this is not going to work for me right now because this is a non-existent website. So I am not going to save it, but this is all you have to do. This is your last step in order to claim the authorship of your website. Alright guys, this video will be a very short video in which I'm simply going to give you an advice. I'm not going to show you anything new for now. I will simply give you an advice. So the first time I applied for my AdSense account, I was rejected, and I had to make improvements on my website in order to get approved. And actually the only thing that I had to do was to add more articles to my website, more posts. And the problem was that I had only one or two pages on my post. I didn't really have much content. So what I did was I simply, since my first website was about a photo editing application, it wasn't Cimera Online, it was another photo editing application, but the only pages that I had on my website were about XXX online, XXX for PC, and download. I had only 3 pages on my website, and that is the reason why the first time I was rejected. What I did was I simply went on the Google Play Store. I found 10 photo editors. I just picked the first 10 photo editors, and I wrote posts and I made posts about them. The key point here, you should simply add more content to your website before you apply for your AdSense account the first time. So I would suggest that you have at least 10-15 posts before you apply for your AdSense account, and out of these 10 or 15 posts, of course you will have posts with your main keywords that you're interested about, and the other posts there are simply for volume. You don't care what you have in them, you don't care about their keywords. all that you care about. Of course, if you want, you can make these posts relevant to some other keywords, but that's optional. It's not required. So you can simply go ahead and write 10 posts about 10 random photo editors, or about 10 random vegetables, or whatever you're writing about. It doesn't really matter. Just make at least 10 more posts before you apply for your AdSense account. I also want to say that you will have to do this only the first time. Once your AdSense account gets approved, you can make as many websites as you want, and you can have even only one single page on your website, and you will still be able to place ads on your website. So you have to do this only for the first website, only to get your AdSense account approved. From there on, every time you make a new website, you don't have to go through the whole process. You simply have to make an ad in your AdSense account and place it on your website. You're going to see later exactly how to do this. It's very easy, but this is simply a thing that a one-time step. You have to do this only one time. Alright guys, in this video I will show you how you can create a Google AdSense account. It's very easy. You should already have a Google account by now, and you can use this account for all of Google. So in order to get to the AdSense, simply write AdSense in the Google search box and click on the first link. Then go ahead and click on sign up now. And here you should first get a window that will ask you about your email address and password. And after you log in, this will be the first thing that you're going to see. So here it simply asks you if you're sure that you want to use this account for your Google AdSense account, or you want to use another one. So if you want to use this account, click yes. If not, choose another one. So let's see what's the next. For the next, you have to provide your you have to provide the URL for your website. So in our case, this would be cimeraonline.com. You have to select the primary language of the website, and then you have to click on continue. Then you have to fill all that info right here: your country, your time zone. This is an individual account. Your name. This is your full name that will be used when Google sends you payments. Again, street address, city, town, phone. You should supply a correct phone, because it may be used sometimes to recover your account and so on. This is some statistical data. This is not very important. All this here is if you want to get news about AdSense from Google. I usually don't like getting emails, so I click no on everything, and then you submit your application. So after you submit your application, this is what you're going to see, and you simply have to wait a couple of days until they review your application. That's all you have to do. So assuming that you already have your AdSense account approved and it's ready to go, I will now show you exactly how you can make your ads, how you can get the code for your ads, and I will show you what size of ads I'm using. So the first thing that you have to do is, once you log in your Google AdSense account, you have to go up here to My Ads, and when you go here, you will see that here you will have nothing because you have no ad account. So you have to click on New Ad Unit, and here you have to give it some name. So our website is Cimera Online, so let's call it Cimera Online. And our first ad unit will be a large rectangle. So you may want to name it Cimera Online Large Rectangle. And you click on Large Rectangle. And pretty much here you have to select text e-display ads. So this means that you have ads that are both text and banners and images. So you will have all kinds of ads. No, you will not be limited to display ads or text ads only. Alright, so here, if you want, you can play with these styles. There are a lot of good recommendations that you can find on the web, but I didn't do any of this. I simply used the default ones, and I didn't bother to do this at all. So Let's save it and get the code. Alright, so it's already saved. Here is our code, but we are not going to use it for now. We are going to create another ad unit that we're going to use, and then I'm going to show you how we can place the ads on our website, and this is when we're going to need these codes. Alright, so let's close it. You can see that it's now here. So let's create a new ad unit, and Zimera online. Alright, so the next ad that we are going to create is a link ad, like this one, a horizontal large link ad. So horizontal large links. There are a few rules about how many ads you can have on your website showing at one time. So the rule is that you can have 3 display ads, like the one that we created before this, and 3 link ads. So you will see how we are going to place them, but you should know this. You can't make an ad spam website like some of the websites that you see around the web with hundreds of ads in them. You can't do this with Google Adsense. Alright, so let's save this ad as well. Alright, we have the code. Let's close it. And here we have both of our ad units that we need. Alright, so let's go ahead. In the next video I will show you what plugin I am using and how you can set up it and place your ads on your website. Alright, so now that we have our ad units, I'm going to show you how you can place them on your website, exactly how I'm doing it, exactly how I'm arranging them in my website. And it's really easy. So you have to install a new plugin, which is called WP Insert. And this is the plugin. You simply have to install it. Alright, activate it. And here is the plugin. So go inside the plugin. Here you have a few selections. Where do you want to place your ads? So I'm placing them on 2 places. The first place is left of post content and middle of post content. So let's go ahead and add our first ad. Use the left of post content first. Alright, so here you have to add the code for your ad. We are first going to place the horizontal large links. Let's get the code. Simply click once on it and it will automatically select everything. Then right click, copy and paste. And click on this red button here to make the ad active, update, and it's ready. Now you have to check your website. And you can see that now I have an ad right here above my post content. So a few more things to do. I'm going to place, let's open it again. Right below it, I'm going to place a large rectangle ad, but not one. I'm going to place 2 large rectangles. So paste, paste. So I'm simply pasting the code 2 times. And then I'm going to place again link ads below this rectangle code. Update. Let's refresh. And here is the end result. We have 1 link ad, then we have 2 squares, then we have another link ad. So how I did this, let me show you again. So the first thing I did was I placed 1 link ad code. Then I placed one large rectangle, and then I placed another large rectangle, and then I placed again a link ad. Now, as you can see, the squares here are not centered, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a center tag between all of these ads. So you simply write center like this, and in the end you write center with a slash here. So let's update it, let's refresh, and everything is perfect. Now our squares are centered and it simply looks very nice. Now as for the ad in the middle. So let's go here and add a middle ad. So let's get again a large link. Let's paste it. Let's get a square. Let's get a rectangle. All right. Let's place it again in center tags. Center. Make it active with the red button here. Update, refresh. And here is our center middle of the post content. Now, a few notes about the middle of the post content. As you can see, it's really not in the middle because you have to fix a few settings here. Let's go to, where is it? Alright, so you have to go down here to positioning, and here you have to change the minimum character count where you want to play your ad to be placed. But it's better to use the paragraph buffer count. A paragraph, so every time you see a small blank white space like this here, this indicates the start of a new paragraph. So if you want our ads to be right here between this paragraph and this paragraph, so how many paragraphs we have? We have 1, 2 paragraphs, so we want it after the second paragraph. Let's update, refresh, and you can see that our ad is now right here. So whenever someone comes on our website, what is the point in all of this? Whenever someone comes in our website and opens it, the first thing that he's going to see is the link ads, the square ads, and everything. This is the first thing that he is going to see, and this is why I have such a high click-through rate, much higher than most of the people. Because if you compare it with other websites, you will see that well, they have some content here, they have a small ad up here or on the site, and the reason why they are not placing them in such way is because they're building on audiences, and I'm not doing this. I don't need audience. All I care about is the people that will come on my website and they will click on ads. So I get about 9-10% click-through rate. When people come on my website, 9 to 10% of them will click on some of my ads. This will earn me money. The rest of the people will simply scroll down, read a bit. They will probably say, there is nothing useful here as an information for us, and they leave the website. I don't care about these people. All I care about is that when someone comes on my website, he sees the ads, he clicks on ads, and I get money. That's all. That's all I care about. Simply because now this I don't care about the people that are leaving the website, simply because I'm not building an audience. Alright? So if you want to build an audience, maybe this is not the best way to do it. So I'm simply showing you exactly what I'm doing. I'm explaining to you how it's working for me, why is it working. That's all. Alright. So I want to show you one last thing about the ads, because when you have a lot of posts in your categories, you can see that we also have our ads in. Actually, we have the ads now on all of our pages. Now we have no text here, that's why it's simply ads. But where did we have something? We have nothing. But here we had the same text. This was another example, and you can see that the ads are on the same places. Now, if you have more than one post in a category page like this one here, each of the posts will have ads on it. And if you remember, in the previous video I said that you can't have more than 3 display ads and 3 link ads. So you have to fix this. The way to fix this is you have to go and change the settings of the ad itself. So go to, let's see where it was. So you have to go to the rules, and then you have to click hide on all of these posts. So you have 10 posts per page. Here you can have a maximum of 10 posts per page. So you want to have your ads only on the first post. So go ahead and do the same here, and anywhere. So you simply have to go through all of these places where ads, where you can have ads, and simply wherever you have hide on X post, you simply leave it only on the first post. Update it, do the same for the middle of post content and anywhere you have ads, and that's all you have to do in order to fix this. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you how you can read your data in your AdSense account. Now, once you have all your ads in place, once your ads start earning you some money, you will have something that looks pretty much like this. You will have your earnings for today, for yesterday, for your last week, for your last 28 days, your page views, your page RPM, and your websites here, which are your top websites that earn you the most money, the countries, the platforms, desktop, high-end mobiles, and so on. Now, I will walk you through all of this information and show you exactly what it means. The first thing that I want to point, page RPM. What does RPM mean? Now, page RPM is the money that you get per 1000 page views. So 1000 page views currently is earning me 6.43 euro. Alright, so if I had 10,000 page views today, that would mean that I would have earned 64.3 euro. That's what page RPM means. I usually click on view sites right here, and here it allows me to see all my current websites, so I can pick a website from here and choose what I want to see about it. So let's pick this website right here. It's one of my currently starting to grow websites. I made it over 6 months ago, this website. Alright, so now that you have selected your website, let's see what this site has to tell us. Here you select for what time period you want to see the statistics for your website. Currently it's set only on today, but I want to see the statistics for all time, for as long as this website existed. Alright, so these are my estimated earnings. The website started generating some income right here. So it's, as you can see, it's nothing, and then it started growing by applying all the methods that I showed you. Now, let's select the last 90 days. So we want to go January 1st. All right. Now, last 90 days. All right. So we have a bit more information here. So currently our graph on the horizontal axis has days. If you want, and it lets you see the graph more in a more granular way. You see a lot more dots on the graph. If you don't want this, you can switch to weeks. So here now you see the earnings each week, so earnings per week. All right, or months. You can switch to months, and you get January, February, March. So I usually like to stick with days. I like to see a lot more information. It's much more informative. You see that you have ups and downs, and you can see this with the months, for example. Here I can see only a straight line. Here I can understand that my income from this website is growing for each month, but I can see the ups and downs here, so I can't make any estimations about it. In the toolbar up here, you see your estimated earnings, page views, impressions. These are the total earnings, page views, impressions that you had over this time period, the period that you selected here. If you can also see more than one on the same graph, so you can click on all of them. You can have all of them on the same graph. Of course, it's not very pretty. You can't understand much from these stats like this, so let's remove them and I will explain a bit more. So your page views and your impressions are usually they look the same. They are usually pretty much the same, as you can see here. they just have different numbers. They're pretty much the same thing. Page views is how many pages the user viewed on your website while he was on the website. There are also sessions that we're going to see when we talk about the Google Analytics. They usually look the same. They just have different numbers. But as you can see, again, it shows a rise in my traffic for this website. So let's go to the clicks. The clicks are usually tied with nothing, usually. As you can see, none of the other graphs looks like the clicks. They're not tied to anything. So you simply can see, are your clicks over this time rising or not? The other thing that looks alike is the page RPM and the impression RPM. It's pretty much the same as the page views and the impressions. As you can see, they are pretty much the same. Like I said, page RPM is how much are you going to earn for 1000 page views. The same goes for impressions RPM. How much are you going to earn per 1000 impressions? As you can see, the impressions are much more than the page views. So this is the reason why there is a lower cost for 1000 impressions. So let me show you the clicks. The clicks right here. Let's close this. Alright, so again, you have estimated earnings, you have impressions, the things we saw in the previous tab, and the clicks, and the click-through rates. What is a click-through rate? Let's remove all this. The click-through rate, it's usually constant. It usually doesn't differ much during the days. So click-through rate is what percent of the people that are coming to your website are clicking on your ads. So if 1000 people visit your website and you have 4.47% click-through rate, 4.47% of these people will click on your ads, or this is about 45 people. If it's a 10%, then this means that you will get about 100 clicks from 1000 people that visited your website. Alright, so the cost per click. The cost per click is what amount of money are you going to earn for a click on your website. And this is pretty much the average cost per click per day that you get from your clicks. So you may have, for example, one click that earns you €1, and then you may have 10 clicks that earn you 1 cent. So in the end, you have €1.10 earned, but when you divide it by 11, because you had 11 clicks, this will give you an average cost per click of 11 cents. If you have any questions about any of the stats that you're seeing in your Google AdSense account and I didn't cover them here, please ask questions. I will answer them the best I can. See you in the next video. So let's talk a bit about Google Analytics. Google Analytics lets you track the traffic on your website. You can use it to see where your traffic comes from, where it lands, which are your landing pages, which pages give you the most traffic, which is your biggest source of traffic, how much time are people spending on your website, and many more. I will show you all this, but first, of course, I have to show you how you can create your account. The easiest way, of course, go to google.com, write Google Analytics, and simply click on the first link right here. So as soon as you do this, you have to click on sign in up here and select Google Analytics. Give it a second, and I'm automatically logged in because it has all my credentials. You should have a Google account by now, so it will simply ask you for your email and for your password, so log in and you will see exactly what I'm seeing. As you can see, I already have a lot of websites here, so I will show you how you can add a website to the Google Analytics now. Now, the easiest way to do this is simply go up here to admin, and then here you will see a few different types of settings. These are the settings for your account. These are the settings for your property or your website. And these are some other settings that I have never used. First thing you have to do, click on property, then click on create new property. You can have up to 50 properties or 50 websites here on your Google Analytics account. So click on create new property. And here you have to supply a name for your website. This can be any name. This name will be simply will only be available here within the Google Analytics, and it's going to simply be used to name your property. That's all it's going to do. So let's go with the name of our website. We say that it's going to be Simera Online, for example. Our website URL will be, well, it's not simeraonline.com because I haven't purchased this domain. So I will point to the temporary domain that I'm currently using for the website that I'm currently working on. Now you have to select a category for your website. In which category is it? This is not a requirement, but you can do this if you want. So simply select the category that best describes your website. So I'm going to simply select the first one. It doesn't matter. You can select the time zone in which you want your analytics to report the information about your traffic. So it really doesn't matter, at least for me. If you want, you can select your time zone. I don't really care about this. And you have to click on Get Tracking ID, like this. Alright, so this is your tracking ID. And this is your code that you have to place on your website in order for the Google Analytics to be able to track your website and so on. Alright, so this is how you can create your Google Analytics tracking ID. You can, if you want to create another Google Analytics tracking ID, you simply go again to admin and you click on create new property, and that's how you do all this. Now that you have your Google Analytics set up, you have to implement it on your website. And the easiest way to do this, of course, without having to do any coding or something like this, of course, is to use a plugin. So let's go ahead and find the plugin that we're going to use. You simply have to find Analytics by Yoast. And this is the plugin that you're looking for. Install it. Activate it, and here you can see Analytics in your left side menu. Alright, so it will ask you to authenticate your Google Analytics profile here. So you can simply do this by clicking on this link. When you do this, it will take you to the settings page of the Analytics plugin, and you have to click on this button here, Authenticate with your Google account. This will open a small window that will show all Google accounts that you have available on your computer. And if the account that you want to use is missing, you simply have to click on Add Account. If not, simply select the account that you want to use, and then wait a couple of seconds, and you have to click on Allow to allow the plugin to be able to use the Google Analytics data from your Google Analytics profile. So allow it. And here you have to take this code, you have to copy this code and paste it here. And click on Save Authentication Code. As soon as you do this, you can see that now you have your Analytics profile and you can select which tracking ID you want to use. So we simply have to find the ID that we just created, and we have to click on it, and we have to save changes. Alright, so as soon as you do this, your Google Analytics is ready to go. Now, a few other things. You can add more people here that you want to be ignored, but make sure to keep the administrator and the editor ignored, because if you don't, Google Analytics will also track your own visits. Will also track your own visits on your website, and of course this will lead to inaccurate data. So imagine that your website isn't that big and you have 50 visits per day from other users, but you also visit your website 20 times a day. So instead of seeing the 50 visits, you will see 70 visits, which of course is not accurate. You can play a bit with this plugin, see what else it has, but honestly I haven't used anything else from this plugin. I'm only using it in order to set up my Google Analytics profile, and that's all that I'm using it for. Now that you have your Google Analytics set up, in order to view the info about your traffic, you simply have to open your Google Analytics, of course, click on Home, and here you will see all your available properties or websites, or everywhere where you have some tracking code. Simply select your website, click on all website data, and give it a second, and here is everything that you have on this website. Let me just remove the last day here. No, not like this. Alright, so this is the data on this website for the last almost 90 days. As you can see here, it's from January 1st up until March 25th. I will start with this menu here, how you select the ranges. You have a few preset data ranges, and they are today, yesterday, last week, last month, last 7 days, last 30 days. This automatically selects the days that you want to view according to this data range, like this. Alright, so if we select the last week, for example, and then you can also say compare to previous period, and the previous period is the week before this. As you can see, it automatically selected the other period as 7 days, which are just before the 7 days that we said here. And if you want to edit this, you simply have to change the dates here. Alright, let's first apply it so that you can see that now we have two different graphs. Alright, so now we have two different graphs, both on the same scale, and you can easily make conclusions. So is your traffic rising or not during these 2 weeks? So let's start with the different types of data that you can get. Let me remove this comparison method here and make it again for 90 days, simply to have a bigger amount of data. Alright, so a session. What is the session? A session is when you open a website, and no matter how long you stay on this website, no matter how many pages you view on this website, it is one session. If you close the website and then you open it again, that will be your second session. Alright? The users, of course, this is how many unique users you had during the selected time period. So for the last 90 days, I had about 120,000 users on this particular website. Page views, we saw the page views in the AdSense analytics, but we didn't have the sessions there. So page views, like we said, these are the how many pages a user viewed during his session. As you can see, the page views number is higher than the sessions number, and here you can see the average pages per session. So we had 120,000 sessions, 307,000 page views, and this is an average of 2.55 pages per session. Average session duration. Of course, it's very obvious what this means. This is the average time that people spend on your website for one session. So when someone visits your website, they stay on average 1 minute and 10 seconds on the website for this particular website. This isn't much, but like I explained in one of the videos about AdSense, I really don't care about this. I care about the people that come on my website and that they click on my ads. The last thing that you can see here is the bounce rate. So the bounce rate is what percentage of your users through somewhere, somehow, and they left your website without opening anything else on your website. So this is what bounce rate means. Here, of course, you can see new visitors, returning visitors, and as you can see, for the last 90 days, I don't have pretty much no repetitive users, no repetitive visitors. Every time they are new visitors. Here you can see the visitors distributed by language. So my top language seems to be Spanish here, then it's the English, Portuguese, and so on. You can also sort them by country, you can sort them by city, by browser, operating system, anything that you're interested in. And here you can also add additional segments, so the so-called segments. Just a second, the so-called segments. So if you want to track any of these things, for example, new users, here you can see the same kind of data, but this time only for your new users. As you can see, new users here present 94.67% of all my sessions. That's why the graph is pretty much the same, the orange graph, but it's just a little bit below the main graph. You can add many more things here, anything that you're interested to look at, but I really pretty much never do this unless I'm bored and I just want to view some more additional information about my website. It's not really that relevant, at least not for me. You can dive into this, you can explore it, you can learn a lot from it about your website, about your users. I simply never did this. These websites are running on autopilot. They are generating passive income on autopilot, and that's all they have to do. In this video, we are going to talk about where does your traffic come from, how you can view this. To check this information, you have to go down here to acquisition, and you have to click on overview to get the overview, of course. And here you can see that the traffic for this website, from the total 120,000 sessions, most of it comes from organic searches. Then a small portion comes from direct, for people who are directly coming on the website. So some lesser amount comes from referrals and so on. So again, of course, this isn't that useful. And if you want to get more information about it, click on it. So organic search, let's see what we have there. Alright, so for organic search, you can see some of your main keywords that you're getting traffic from. Please note that most of the traffic will be at not provided. This is for some security reasons from Google. I really don't know why they are doing this. It's not that they don't know this information, they do, but for some reason, this is how they show it. They don't give you the information for most of your keywords. But of course, you know which are your main keywords. This is why you're building your website, right? So, let's go back to channels. The channels is the same as the overview. As you can see, you have again organic search, direct, referral, and so on. From the direct, you can see that the pages that were directly accessed by some of the users. So direct simply means that the people either copied the link from somewhere and directly opened it in their browser, or they simply wrote the whole link in their browser. They typed everything, and that's how they opened your website. You can also, let's go again back to channels, referral. So here you can see all the different websites that are pointing to your website and are bringing you some traffic. So basically this is what referrals mean. Alright, let's go back to channels. Let's see what else we can find here. You can of course see the social. If you're sharing your website on the social networks, you can see if you're getting any traffic from the social networks like Facebook, Tumblr, and some other social networks. This is not interesting for the moment, as I have pretty much no traffic from social networks. I'm only getting backlinks from there, but no traffic. So you can go here to source or medium, and you can see again which is the main source for your traffic. So as you can see, my main source of traffic, about 90% of my traffic, comes from Google organic traffic. Then it's Yandex organic traffic, then it's Bing, Yahoo, and so on. So pretty much this is how you can view your main traffic sources. You can see what brings the traffic to your website so that you can focus more on it. But of course, our main point in all of the things that we are talking about is to get free traffic from Google, free organic traffic, rank high on Google and get free organic traffic. That's what we are interested in, and as you can see here, it's working. The things I'm doing are working for my websites. I can show you another website. Let me pick this one, for example. And again, 85% from the traffic to this website is organic from Google. Now that we have seen how you can analyze your traffic, how you can view which are your main sources of traffic and so on, I'm going to show you which are your main pages and posts on your website that are bringing you the most traffic. And let's close this. To view this info, you have to go to behavior, and then you have to go to site content, and here you have landing pages. Simply click on it, and here let me switch back to the big site. So there it is. Alright, so here you can see which are the pages that are bringing you the most traffic. My main page here is bringing me about 50% of the traffic that this website gets. So out of 120,000 sessions, 60,000 sessions are coming from my main page, which is about my main keyword. Then I have another post. This is a post that gets about 10% of the traffic. Then this is my category on the menu, the photo editors category, which brings another 10%. And then it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So 4%, 3.7, 2, 1, and the rest are bringing in less and less and less traffic. But if you sum this up, you will see 50, 60, 68, and here another 10%. So the top 10 pages on my website are bringing about 75-80% of my whole traffic, and all the rest pages on my website, no matter how small they are, the fact that they are a lot, are bringing about 20% more traffic. 20% more traffic means pretty much at least 20% more earnings. Here you can also see the exit pages, where are people leaving your website. So they're pretty much the same as the landing pages, because I have about 50% bounce rate. So about 50% of the people that that are coming to my website are leaving immediately on the same page. So the leaving of my website can be due to them clicking on my ads. So they may come to the page, read a bit, and click on ad, and that will take them away from my website. This is not necessarily very bad thing. And if you go to all pages here, this will simply give you the information again about the traffic, but this time this is different than your landing pages. So this is pretty much all your page views, which pages on your website are getting the most views. So if you remember, my main page was landing about 50% of my traffic, but it has only 33% of my page views. And then you can see again my photo editing category has about 12%, and then it goes on all the different posts that I have. You can see how quickly the percents diminish. So 33, 45, 52, 60, 66, 70, about 70% up to until here, or 80. And again, all the rest of the traffic, you can see here that there are 761 results, 761 pages. I didn't even know that I have that many pages on my website. And let me view them. I'm interested to know. Just give it a second. All right, so you can see all your pages that are generating some income. You can see how quickly the percent diminishes. Here we had 1, 2, 5%, and from here we are dropping down to 0.2, 0.03% and so on. But all these small pages here are generating again 20 to 30% of the page views on my website. Alright, so this is the importance of making tags on your posts and so on. You can see, if we search for tags here, let's see if we're going to get them. Alright, so I'm searching for links that have tag in them. So you can see that the tags on all the tag pages that I'm making for every single post of that I have are generating about 24,000 page views. 24,000 page views out of 307,000 page views. So this is about 7% additional traffic simply by putting tags on your posts. See? So this is why it's important to do all this. It may seem as unnecessary, but it really isn't. Everything that I'm doing, no matter how small it seems, eventually it becomes something bigger. Alright, so in the next couple of videos we are going to talk a little bit about the Webmaster Tools. It was recently renamed to Google Search Console, but it used to be Webmaster Tools. As you can see from the link, it's still Webmaster Tools. So, of course, in order to find it, you have to write Webmaster Tools in the Google search box, and of course it will be the first link in Google. This is the easiest way to find it. Again, you need to have a Google account. You should have one by now. So the first thing that you have to do in order to be able to use the Google Webmaster Tools, you have to add your website. You have to claim it. Similarly to the Google Analytics. Now, the easiest way to do this, after you log into your account, you have to click on Add a property. And here you write your domain name. So I'm going to write my domain name for the website that I was preparing in the previous videos. So, and click on continue. Wait a couple of seconds. All right. So you have several different ways to verify your website. You have to verify that the website is really yours. So, since I bought my domain from GoDaddy, there is some easy way integrated in the Google Webmaster Tools to verify it. It has a lot of other domain providers, and you will probably have one for your own domain as well. But also there are a few other methods which you can find on the alternate methods tab here. And the easiest way would be to verify by using your Google Analytics, since you already have it installed on your website. And select Google Analytics, click verify, and that's it. Done. Perfect. Simple as that. Click on continue, and now you're in your Google Webmaster Tools for your website. If you have more than one website added in your Google Webmaster Tools, you can easily switch between them from this menu, from this drop-down menu right here. You can see all your websites right here. So this is the quickest way to add your website to the Google Webmaster Tools. I'm going to show you how you can create a sitemap for your website and how you can submit it to the Google Webmaster Tools. And after that, I will talk a little bit about what is actually a sitemap and why do you need one. So, in order to create a sitemap for your website, there is a very simple way, and we're going to use a plugin that we already have. We're going to use the SEO plugin that we installed when we were creating our posts. So go to the SEO menu right here and go to XML sitemaps. And here you have to select enabled. It usually is on disabled and you don't see any functions, so you have to enable it and you have to save changes. There are a lot of settings here about your sitemap. Of course, I never used them, I never had to. So the only thing that you have to do here after you enable your sitemap is to click on this little button here, XML sitemap, and this will take you to your sitemap link. So the sitemap is actually an XML file which you can find at your domain /sitemap underscore index.xml. So in order to add your sitemap, go back to your Webmaster Tools, click on Crawl, Sitemaps, and here of course you have no sitemaps yet. Click on Add Test Sitemap, and notice here that Google already has your domain name for you. So the only thing that you have to write is the additional part of the link for your sitemap. So if you check the link here, you can see that the only thing that we are missing is sitemap underscore index.xml. So we are going to add it. Let's test it first so that you can see if it's alright. So Google says that there are no errors. It says that there are 4 pages that can be indexed. So since we have no errors, this means that we can add our sitemap. So let's add it, submit, refresh the page, and here is our sitemap included in the Google Webmaster Tools. Now, it usually takes from a couple of minutes to a couple of hours, sometimes a couple of days if your website is big, for the sitemap to get processed. So since we just submitted our sitemap, you can see how many pages you have submitted to Google through your sitemap. So from the categories, you have 2 pages submitted. From the pages, we have 5 pages. From the posts, we have 3. From the tags, we have 7, and so on. So when they start getting indexed, you will see a little graph here that will show all this. And I will open one of my other websites in order to show you. Alright, so you can see that here I have 346 links submitted to Google, and 300 of them are indexed. So the blue is the submitted, the red is the indexed. If you click on the sitemap, you can see even better which ones are getting indexed and which ones are not. So you can see that the ones that are not getting indexed for this particular website are the attachments and some of the images. But all my post tags and post pages are getting indexed. What does the sitemap actually do? So let's open our sitemap. And if you open any of these links, so let's open the tag one, you can see that this inner pages of the sitemap contain all the links in your website. So this is pretty much exactly what it says that it is. It's a map of your website. By giving this map to Google, Google knows exactly what is on your website. So make sure to submit your sitemap. It really helps. Alright, so we heard a bit about SEO. I mentioned it a few times. And now I'm going to describe a little bit about what actually is SEO. And then I'm going to give you an article. I'm going to write an article for you where I will give you a lot of helpful backlinks where you can read really helpful information about SEO. I have used the same information to learn about SEO. It's not something that can be covered in a 3 minutes video. You simply have to read a bit about it and you simply start feeling it. Let's say it like this. So what is SEO? SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, and SEO serves for ranking your pages on higher positions in Google. So you have to use SEO in order to get your pages, posts, and so on the first pages of Google. Now, SEO is a combination of several different things. You need to have a main keyword in your articles, like we did when we wrote our posts. You need to have this keyword on many different places on your website. This is called on-page SEO, and we already did this up until now on this course. And you saw how you can place your keyword in your posts, in your tags, in your pages, in your headlines, and pretty much on every place in your website. There is also the so-called offsite SEO, and this offsite SEO is things that you do outside of your website that help you rank higher. And this is like getting backlinks. What we did with the Google Webmaster Tools is also some kind of offsite SEO. It's also good if your website is linking to other websites. But the thing that I paid most attention to was using Tumblr to get backlinks. It's really easy to use Tumblr to get backlinks, and I have prepared a full tutorial on everything I did about Tumblr, how I got my backlinks from there. I have over 300 backlinks from Tumblr for my main website, and I'm explaining everything about it, how it works in the following videos. So you will learn everything you need to know about Tumblr, even if you have never used it. It works for me, so there is no reason that it wouldn't work for you. Do what I'm telling you to do and you will have results. So I will simply provide you with a lot of resources where you can learn about SEO. There is really a lot of good information on the internet, and honestly, I believe that some of the articles that I'm going to recommend to you to read are going to explain it much better than I'm going to explain it on a video. So make sure that you check the article about the SEO. It's really important and it's really crucial for the success of your website. Alright, if you don't know anything about Tumblr, I'm about to show you how you can make an account, how you can create your first blog. But if you know already how to do this particular tutorial may not be that interesting for you. So if you don't know how to do it, that's fine, watch it. If you do know, you're welcome to move ahead and get right to the point of getting your followers and your traffic and your clicks and everything that you need from Tumblr. Alright, so this is the homepage of Tumblr, and if you want to register, you have to click on Get Started. Here, of course, you write your email, password, username, and you sign up. One interesting feature of Tumblr is that it offers you some random usernames that you can use if you can't think of one on your own, but I guess that you don't have this problem. So I will skip this step because it's straightforward, and I will jump right into my account and I will show you how you can create your new blog. Alright, so once you're inside your Tumblr account, if you want to create your new blog, you have to click right up here to this icon, and then you click on Create New Blog. The first thing that you have to do is give a title to your blog, and let's call our blog Our First Test Blog. Of course, you also have to give an URL to your blog, the URL that will actually be a subdomain to Tumblr. So my first test blog, this will be the URL for your blog. It will be myfirsttestblog.tumblr.com, but obviously it's been taken, so let's put a 1 here, maybe. Alright, this isn't taken. Then you have to supply some password if you want to protect your blog, but that's not what we want. So complete the CAPTCHA and create your blog. Alright, now that your blog is created, you can edit its appearance by clicking on this link right here. And here you have many different options. And for starters, you would want to change the cover photo, the background of your blog. I have prepared a car photo right here. It's a Mercedes. So we are going to make our test blog a blog about cars. So let's pick it. And you can, you have several different options here. You can move the photo, you can zoom in and zoom out if you need to do anything, any of this for your cover photo. Click done, click save, your cover photo is ready. Perfect. Now, other things that you can do is that you can change your avatar icon, of course. Same as before, you can change its shape to circular, rectangle, it doesn't really matter. You can change the headline of the blog, so let's make it car test blog. And you can also change the background of your headline. So let's pick this color, I like it. All right. And let's save it. Perfect. Now there are a few other options that you can use to edit your blog. You can take a look at them and see if you need any of these. They're very straightforward, they're very well explained what they do. You can edit the theme of your blog from here. And let's see what we have. So we have several. So here we have many other options about your theme, how you can edit it. You can browse all the available themes that are here, select the one that you like, and just finish making your blog. If your purpose is strictly to get followers and shares and simply to get your website up in the Google rankings to get better SEO, you don't need to do anything fancy. So just pick a theme, edit it as much as you want, and move on. This is enough for now, and we will continue with posts creation in the next video. Alright, so this will be one very quick video, and I'm about to show you how you can create posts on Tumblr. There are several different types of posts that you can create on Tumblr, and actually the only one that you need for our purposes is the photo post. In order to create a photo post, you can do it in two ways. The first one is to click this photo icon here, or you can click this pencil icon here, and then again you have the photo icon. It's exactly the same thing. The second thing that you have to do is select the photo that you're going to use on your post by either uploading a photo, or you can add a photo from Google, for example. So you can go on Google and you can say, well, Audi RS6, we have a blog about cars, so we want a car. Let's pick a car, let's pick this car, and let's take its URL and simply paste it here. There it is. Our photo is right here. If you want, you can write some description with the photo, like this is a very cool Audi RS6, I really like its colors. And then you can include some tags about it. So let's make an Audi, let's make black car, for example, and all the relevant tags for your niche. So pretty much this is how you create a basic post. In the next videos we will discuss what tags you should actually use, what are the must tags that you must have on every single one of your posts. You can also add a link on the photo itself, like this. You click on this little icon here, and you can say google.com, for example, click done and post. Alright, so here is our first post, and now with the link that we have created, if we click on the image, it will redirect us to Google. Simple as that. So you can even add links on your images. Let's talk a bit about the tags. So what tags you should always use on your posts? Well, first you have to do a bit of research. Let's, for example, search for Audi. In Tumblr, you search with tags. This is the way that your posts get found. So there it is. We wrote Audi and we get a lot of stuff about Audi. So let's see what other tags are people using on their posts. So let's see this one, for example. We have an Audi TT Cup. So you can see that we have three different tags that have Audi TT. Well, this is because people include all the relevant tags about their posts. You don't have any limitation on how many tags you can use on a post. So you simply go ahead and add everything that you can think of that is relevant to your post that you're posting. There it is here, another one, Audi, and many other. So you have to simply research what tags are other people using when they make their posts, and you should use the same tags. At least this should be your minimum. You may use more than this, but this should be your minimum. So simply because you want to be everywhere. That's all. Besides these tags, there are a few other tags that I'm going to show you now that you should always use on your posts. And let me reconfigure this one. Let's edit it. So we saw that we have Audi. By the way, when you write your tag, when you click the tab button or the enter button, it will let you start write your next tag. So we have an Audi, then we have an Audi RS6, then we have Audi A6, then let's also write Audi, I don't know, Sport, for example, big wheels, anything that you can think that may be relevant to the post that you are making. So besides these tags, there are a few other must tags that you must always include in all of your posts. And these are F for F. This means follow for follow. Then follow me. Follow for follow. Follow for follow back. Instant follow back. These are the tags that you must always include in all of your posts. As you can see, they pretty much say follow me, I will follow you back, and so on and so forth. F for F stands for follow, like the one we have here. So these are tags that people sometimes use in order to get followers for themselves. So, hey, I follow you, you follow me, something like that. So this is why you should always use these tags as well. So let's save this. And this is all you need to know about the tags. I doubt that you would want to post 10 times a day, every day, and spend your time every day on posting. It's very boring, it's very useless to do it this way. So I will show you what you can do to automate the process of posting. You can queue your posts, and you can do this by, again, making a new post, upload a photo. Let's take this photo, for example. Let's write your text. So this is another cool Audi. Add your tags: Audi RS6, Audi S6, Audi A6, Audi Sports, follow for follow, instant follow back, follow me, follow for follow back, and all the other tags. After you do this, instead of posting, you click on this little arrow here and you select add to queue. You add the photo to the queue, and now you can see that here you have a new item in your menu called queue. Let's go there. And here you have to edit when you want your posts to be published. So how many posts you want to get published per day and between which times. So this all depends on how many posts you're going to create. I usually tend to stick with 2 or 3 per day maximum, because there is no way to copy the tags and you have to always manually input all of them. And I really don't like doing this, but this simply means that you will post as many as you write. If you don't like to write too many, that's alright. If you do like, well, do it. So then you have to select between what time the posts should happen. So currently we are at the US Eastern Time Zone, and usually people are most active during the early night hours. So that's between 5 p.m. and until late night at about 12 p.m. So let's change this to 5 p.m. and keep it at 12 a.m. So when we save this, you see that this post now is going to be automatically posted at 7:20 p.m. and we are going to post 2 posts per day. So the way they are divided is, okay, here you have 7 hours. Tumblr will automatically divide this time evenly and post your posts regularly and evenly in this time frame. So this way you can schedule your posts for up to a month forward and you don't need to worry for at least a month. Of course, this may probably take you a whole day to do, but then you will have a 30 days free. So go ahead and make your posts, make them for 3 days forward just to get the hang of it, just to get to know the system a bit, and see you in the next video. Alright, so now that we are past the boring stuff, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing to get the followers and how I get them to share my stuff and so on. The first thing that you have to do is search for, again, use a tag that you're interested in and search for it. So let's go for Audi. After you find a photo that has a lot of shares, for example like this one, you click on its notes. First you like the photo, you follow the person who posted it, then you click on notes and you start following everyone who liked the photo. And you repeat this process until you follow 200 people per day. There is a limit on Tumblr and you can follow only up to 200 people per day. Most of these people will follow you back, and when they follow you back, your posts will be on their newsfeed. So whenever you post something, they will see it immediately. So you go ahead and you follow everyone here, like. So people sometimes follow you back only because you liked their posts. So this is all you have to do. No, I don't want to follow. Follow everyone. Follow everyone. Follow, like, click on notes, follow people here and there. And you do this. It's a bit boring, I know, especially with every time you follow someone his blog gets opened, but this is what you have to do. And you follow 200 people per day, like as many posts as you want, and if you do this for 2 weeks without missing any follow or a day, you will have followed about 2,800 people, and most of these people will follow you back. At the same time, you should post, and that way you will get people to like your content, reblock your content, that way more people will see your content, and so on. You know how social networks work. So this is probably the most important thing that you have to do. Follow people, like their stuff, and they will do the same thing for you. One thing that you have to know here is that there is a limit of how many people you can follow, and that limit is 5,000. You can't follow more than 5,000 people at once. So when you reach this 5,000 limit, what you can do is you can unfollow all these 5,000 people. They will still follow you, and you can follow a new 5,000 people. You can do this and get 1,000, 10,000 followers, as many as you want. It's only up to you and the time you're willing to spend on it. Now I will show you what I'm doing in order to get even more followers and engage in a way with my followers. And that way is I am offering them to do something for them. And I will show you my other blog that has over 1000 followers, what I'm doing there. So I'll just go here and switch the blogs. So my other blog is about selfies and I'm using it to promote one of my websites. But what I'm also doing is, if you notice here, I'm saying check my blog, and on the blog I'm putting a link to this blog for more selfies. And if they want their selfie on my blog, they can message me. So if we go back to the car blog example, we can change this text here to, let's change it. So we can change it for other cool Audi cars. Check my blog here. And you make here in a link by clicking this icon here. And the link to our blog was myfirst1testblog.tumblr.com. Done. And then you write, if you want your car featured on my blog, feel free to message me. So we are going to bold this here with this and this text as well. And that way everyone who wants to see a photo of their car shared in a popular blog where other people will see it, other people will like it, so they will feel better that other people like their car or their selfie. This will motivate them to follow you, this will motivate them to engage with you, this will motivate them to share your blog with their friends and more. So this will simply bring you more followers. So by engaging with your followers, or simply by people who are looking at your blog, by offering them to engage with them, they will engage with you, they will follow you, they will like you, and they will help you. If you help them by sharing their photos, of course. So don't forget to check your messages. Let's save it. If for some reason you don't have any new content, you don't have any new fresh content, you don't have any other cool pics of cars, you can't find anything new that hasn't been shared already, and you have already like 200 posts, people will rarely scroll through all of your posts. They will very rarely look at everything that you have ever posted. So what you can do is, once you run out of posts, once you run out of content, or simply you have too much content and you're too tired to look for new content, reblog your old content, reblog the content that was shared the most. So basically you can simply make 100 posts and reblog them every time. You make 100 posts, you reblog them, and you just roll around these 100 posts. It's as simple as that. It's very effective and it saves a lot of time. I'm also doing it on my blog, the one with the selfies, simply because I have posted over 500 selfies by now, and it's very hard to find new selfies that I want to blog unless some of my followers sends me their selfie. So what I do, I'm simply reblogging over and over some of the selfies, and this brings me even more notes, because let me show you why this is also that good. So let's find a selfie with a lot of notes here. Let's find some selfie. Maybe look at this selfie. It has 140 notes. I have reblogged this one more than 5 times, I guess, and it keeps the notes. Every time you reblog it, it keeps the notes, and they get even more and more, and this increases the social proof. So, you know, when you see something that many people liked or shared, it's it feels natural to like it as well or share it, so that reblogging helps you with. So let's go back to our other blog. In the next video, I will show you how I am using this to boost my website in the Google search results. So see you in the next video. It's very simple what I'm about to do. And when you want to promote your website, or you simply want to create many backlinks for your website that will rank your website in Google even higher for your keywords, what you simply have to do is, in the description of the post that you're making, simply add the link to your website. So let's, for example, make a link to our imaginary website. So let's call it my website. Make it a link. So mywebsite.com. And now there is a link attached to this post. As we have saw in the beginning, you can also add a link to the image itself. So when people click on the image, they will go to your website. But the important thing here, every time someone reblogs your post, every time someone likes your post, it appears on their blog. So when that happens, now this link will be on your blog and on their blog. When someone reblogs it from their blog on a third blog, now you have 3 links to your website. Imagine when you have 100 reblogs of a simple picture that you posted. This will give you 100 backlinks to your website. So this is how this helps to increase your rankings in the search engine, and this way you get more free traffic from Google. I believe that this is enough. There isn't anything else special that you need to know about Tumblr or about making the posts. I really hope that this will help you. It helped me a lot. I ranked more than 15 websites this way. I really hope that all this information that I have shared with you will help you, and I promise you that if you follow all the steps that I have told you about, it really will help you. You will get your rankings, you will get your followers. Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick video about a tool that I was using to track my keywords for my websites. How are they ranking? Are they ranking well? Are my efforts having any effect on the rankings that my websites have? And this is the tool SERPLab, so serplab.co.uk. Now, first I want to start with, I'm not affiliated in any way with this tool. This tool has both a free version and a paid version, and practically, if we disregard all of these things that are listed as plus about the paid version, there isn't really much difference between the two. The main difference between the free version and the paid version is that the free version lets you track up to 25 keywords, and the paid version you're paying for bots, so you have SERPLab bots that are working for you. They are checking your keywords, and you basically pay to rent a bot, which is like $5 a month for additional 600 keywords. And when you're just starting out, you are really not going to need any of that. When you're just starting out, I doubt that you will have more than 25 words, so you can use this tool for free. Now, registering for the tool is pretty straightforward: username, password and email, nothing else. Again, I'm not affiliated with this tool in any way. I'm just showing it to you because I like it and I have used it in the past. So, after you log in, this is the screen that you're going to see. You have to create a new project. You have to give a name for your project, so let's do a quick example with Facebook, for example. So we're going to call the project Facebook. Of course, what you're going to do, what you would probably do, is call the project with the name of your website. And facebook.com, here you place the URL for your website, and here you add your keywords. You can add, like I said, up to 25 keywords. And let's say that with Facebook, add another keyword, face, add another keyword, book, and you can also add keywords in bulk. So you just write your keywords separated by a comma, like so, or back in single mode, up to you. Region. If you're concerned with your rankings on a country level and not on a global level, this is how you can target the different Google websites for your specific country or for the country that you're targeting. This is where you choose it. And here you have a couple of other options that are available if you hire another SERP bot. But like I said, if you're just starting out, you really don't need all of these premium options. And if you actually decide that you need any of these options, the tool is not expensive. So let's add the project. And here you can set your time zone. So I'm just going to use a generic one that they provided me with. And here is your project. You can have many projects. This is not the only project that you can have. You can create different projects for your different websites. As you can see here, we still have the new project button. If you click on the project, you can see each of the individual keywords that you have for this project. They will be checked every 24 hours. So you can see that it found Facebook and Face on the first page. You can see latest, first page, best first page, and first page. So these stats are updating every day, once a day, every 24 hours. The new rank that you have will be here under latest. The best is your best from ever since you started tracking your keywords. So this is what makes the tool, you kind of have to use it all the time in order for it to be effective and have a history for you. The first is the initial position at which you started. Now here I'm noticing a few other things that are different between the premium and the free version. One is that in the premium version, here we have a button that allows you to force a recheck on your keywords. So if I want to recheck the keyword, I can click this button and in a few seconds I will have new updated information about that keyword. The other difference between the free version and the premium version is that the free version will hold history for your keywords only for the last 30 days. Your free version is not limited to 30 days. If you have used the tool for 60 days with the free version, you will simply have history for the last 30 days. That's all. Once you start gaining data, when you have more than one day of data, here you will receive a graph that will graphically show you how your ranking is moving in the SERPs of your website for the given keywords. This will actually be the average for all of the keywords. And here you have a button that toggles the keywords, the different keywords on the graph. Now, since we have data only for one day, we get only 1 point of data. So this is how you can toggle different keywords and see their individual graphs here. And basically, this is the tool. This is how it works. It's pretty straightforward and it's very useful for tracking. I have used it for many months. Here you can see your bots. This is still more than enough for someone who is just starting out. So 25 keywords per 24 hours. You can see that this is the workload on your bot, on your free bot that you have. From here you can hire another bot, and this another bot will, each additional SERP bot gives you 600 extra daily keyword checks for only $5 a month. So yeah, well, this is the tool. I just want to share it with you. It's a really useful tool that you can use to track your progress.